Alright, I desperately need to remind y'all that saying OO in the chat is strictly forbidden. Please don't OO in the chat. It is indeed a cardinal sin. Ah. Oh no, they did it anyway. Who could have thunk it? Who could ever have sawn this cometh? Disgusting? No. This is wholesome. Pete. No, it's not. Nah. God. Boff. I mean, oh, the mic is on. Amazing. Anyway, so I was singing to myself. That's a clean tone right there. Hell yeah. Veitida streams, indeed I do, dear person. It's very fun to stream here. People are typically very, very nice to stream with. It is a vibe. My god, yes, indubitably. Awesome, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Oh, what's this button do? Mwah, that's what it does. Yes. Anastasia, thank you so much for being a member for 17 months. That's way too much. Mwah. And Jaden, thank you so much for being a lasso. You beautiful being. That's way too much. Mwah. Everyone gets kisses today. A pink. The Paycom Y person. Thank you so much for the 1776 USD. That is a very oddly specific amount. New fan, love your videos. Exactly what I need after transphobic Twitter Easter. There was a transphobic Twitter Easter. Well, to be fair, Twitter is like transphobic every day, so maybe it just didn't stand out. I don't know. What's the Twitter thing? Okay, now I'm concerned. Wait, hold on. Let me turn this on. Badoosh. Oh wow, I'm kind of off to the side. Hold on. Ooh, let me do that again. Oh, we're starting soon. Oh, professional streamer in the middle. Ooh, baby. How are you doing today, chat? You smell absolutely astounding. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Welcome into... come a bit closer. Welcome to the clicky, thicky, wiki stream vibes. Today, we're gonna vibe hard. Okay, not that close. Please. It's like social stuff is a thing. I know we like to be quirky on this channel, but there are limits. Nah, not just kidding. There are no limits for you. You smell amazing. Okay, Goggles, thank you so much for being a royal lasso. That's way too generous. My god. Okay. Oh my god. Click, please never say that again. What did I not say? What have I done? Please? I'm innocent. I haven't done anything questionable. I would never do anything questionable. Please, chat. God. Hello, French. Hello, how are you doing? You smell amazing. And don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Okay, there we go. Now I think I have a good, setup on my screens. That looks great. Excellent. Oh my god, what? Okay, wait, hold on. The chat is just kind of blowing up right now. I need to lower the music. The lo-fi is stressing me out. There we go, that's better. What was the transphobic Twitter thing? I mean, apart from Twitter being transphobic roughly 6 out of 7 days of the week, what blew up this time? Twitter, I swear to God. Billy 2, thank you so much for being a Noble Lasso. We should play bingo. I was actually thinking about playing some Jackbox. That could be really fun. I haven't played Jackbox in forever, and that's something that everyone can join in on. I think it'll be really, really fun. It's my birthday Tuesday, I'll be... Ziggy, happy birthday, you beautiful bean. Mwah. Pansexual Pixels, thank you so much. I want to thank you for everything this channel has been active. That is so sweet. I'm glad you joined the stream, you beautiful bean. I hope you have an amazing day. John Kitay, thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Technically, you're still to the side of the screen due to the chat, but it's fine, bestie. Don't mind. Hope the stream slaps. Have a good day, you all. Oh, yes, indeed slaps. I need to start using more slang. Dear God, you know the worst thing about getting older and slang? I'm gonna drop this on y'all, okay? I'm gonna drop this on y'all real hard. So, the thing with slang is that it changes really fast. When you get old, your perspective of time changes, right? Like 2 or 3 years isn't very long when you're a bit older, right? When you're like in your adulthoods, 2 or 3 years, not that much time. In 2 or 3 years, you have a completely new generation of like high schoolers that make up new weird slang. So in those 2 or 3 years that you were like, still working the same job or whatever, there's a whole new generation of kiddos that have made up new slang. That's why it's so difficult for adults to keep up with slang, because it changes what feels like every couple of months. It's disgusting. Anyway. Augustus, thank you so much for the 28. I am tired, but fine, thank you. Sleep deprived as always. I'm good. I'm not sleep deprived. I went to the gym today. I pumped my guns. It was good, and now I'm drinking a very summery, sugary, sweetie drink, which I probably shouldn't do. I've told myself, like, less sugar, click. It's good for you to eat less sugar, but this isn't eating, so it's fine. It also has a bit of alcohol in it, so, that evens it out, right? Man, I should open a second channel for like health tips. That is amazing. Perfect vibes for the workday. Claire, welcome, and you beautiful bean. And Pandino, thank you so much for being a Lazo. Josephine, thank you so much for 2 months. I wonder, how does one find people to play D&D with? You mean like make friends? That's quite tricky. That is quite tricky, to be honest. I'm not sure if I really have like a like a good one for it. Man, that kind of hits home, doesn't it? No, but it's like. It can be tricky, but if you're like completely new in a place, I would probably look for like maybe our Facebook group still a thing, but otherwise go to like your local nerd hangout. Or if like you're a student, there are probably other nerds there, so that's a good place. Hell yeah. Bor i Sverige, Stulm. I do know there are a couple of like subreddits actually for like socializing in different cities in Sweden. I think there is one for Stockholm, there's one for Göteborg, and there's one for a couple others I've seen as well. So check out Reddit for like, socialize Gothenburg, socialize Stockholm. It's something like that. And it's people like just looking to meet up, make friends, play D&D, hit the pubs. It looks quite nice. I haven't tagged along with anything myself, but I see it on my suggested feed sometimes. Looks like a vibe. So that's a good way to do it. And Nolia, thank you so much for gifting 5 members. You beautiful bean. This one is all for you. Mwah. Thank you so much. And Klaus, thank you for the 17th decade. Yes, indeed. So anyway, chat, tell me, chat. Title is wrong. It's not wrong. Havana, please. Don't lie to me. So what was the transphobic thing on Twitter? I got distracted like 3 times in a row when I asked chat about it. And it's not easy to do that, Goggles, thank you so much for 22 try. It's fine if you don't drink 3 bottles a day. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It's very tiny. Title is correct, indeed it is. Transphobic Twitter thing was that Trans Day visibility fell on Easter this year. Oh yeah, but isn't that a while ago? Yeah, Trans Day on Easter was on the same day. Yeah, I remember that. That was very silly. They were like, oh my god, the trans people is stealing Easter from the Easter bunny, I guess. So yeah, that's something we should be upset about, apparently. When are you gonna go to your first furry-con? I don't know what that is. Chad, you keep like just gaslighting me into thinking things exist, but it's just made up words. I don't buy it. Rain, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You beautiful being. This one is all for you. Mwah. And Free Wings, thank you so much for being a membership for 3 months. By the way, chat, if you didn't know this, if you are a member and you link your Discord account to your YouTube account, you get amazing rolls on the Disky Whiskey. The Disky Whiskey is also called the Click with a Q, Because the click. I'm kind of proud of that one. Smiling Game Master, thank you so much for being a lasso. You beautiful bean. Mwah. Yes, indeed. Caught the live stream. Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope you enjoy your stay. Welcome in, you beautiful bean. So today, we have some, like, cutie stuff planned, right? I was thinking that we could either play, for example, some Jackbox today, but first we're just gonna chat and catch up with the community, because I love chatting with y'all. You smell really nice. And then we can play some Jackbox, maybe start, like, a new, I don't know, let's play of a Minecraft world, or, like, some social game, but I'm leaning towards kind of Jackbox. It's really fun. Jackbox, if you didn't know, is like a game thing. For example, there are many different games, but one of them, for example, that I would probably play with the audience is like a Jackbox questionnaire game. So you can join with your phone, which is really cool, and then like there are questions that pop up on the screen, and it's like, oh, which president was it that got shot with a banana? And then you have to try to answer it, and if you answer wrong, you die, and the person in the end that survives wins. It's pretty fun. It makes you... It rewards people that are smart, which isn't me. So that's great for me. What if you hosted a Terraria multiplayer server for no reason? Yeah, I've been thinking about doing something like that with Minecraft. I just want to figure out how to set it up with like some mods, because I don't want it to be just vanilla. I have some like vague idea of what I want to do, of like some zombie survival kind of Minecraft hosting, but the world is very limited. You know, it's just like 1,000 times 1,000 blocks or something like that. So it's small, it's only like the overworld, so to say, no end, no nether, nothing like that, and it's just like spawning zombies and stuff, and it's kind of like, let's see how long we can survive together. That would be really cool. I think it could be really cool. I just need to figure out how to do that with mods. Getting a server is no problem, but getting the mods to work and also figure out what size of server can be a bit tricky. Because I have no idea how many people would actually join. Like, you know, would there be 50 players in the server and most people just vibing in the stream? Or would, like, literally 500 people join? It's, I think the server is just gonna die. Spooky Guardian, thank you so much for gifting membership, you beautiful bean. This one is all for you. Mwah. Arby, thank you so much for being a lasso. Mwah. Jackbox Trivia is fun one indeed, it is. It's very fun. Miss Kelly Graham, thank you so much for the 2 odd. I'd love to know if you will be selling glow-in-the-dark emotional support demons. Maybe. Makeship has asked me if I wanted to like rerun stuff like that. So nothing tangible yet, because we're still like in the process of working on the Pride plush and this Pride plush and the other one I tossed over here during today's recording. Hold on. Oh, God, this one. So we have a few on the way, and after that it's going to be Cerberus Duck, which I'm eagerly awaiting the next demo print. And after that, maybe, we'll see. So anyway, let's see, can I... Oh, yeah, baby. You can barely see me anymore, this is perfect. I can go back to being like a faceless YouTuber, I can just do this. Hi everyone, you can only see my forehead now, which is roughly 80% of my face anyway. So, ooh, they almost fell on my stop stream button. That's not good. You're a rascal. I'm gonna put this here though, because it's really cute and really gay. Ah, yes, indeed. They're coming up. They're coming up soon. Are you going to partner with Kurzgesagt? That's pretty random. That'd be cool though. Imagine like guest voicing an episode of Kurzgesagt. That'd be really sweet. What up, people? Oh, whoa, am I right? Anyway, what would happen if we blow up the moon? You know? Man, I would vibe with that. That'd be amazing. Hell yeah, Kurzgesagt, if you're watching, hit me up. I'll do it for free. It's fine. Oh, yes, indeed. You're helping me load the dishwasher and scrub the kitchen. That is amazing. I'm like the most amazing second-hand house husband, apparently. That is so good. Hell yeah. Let's see. Oh, Hunter, thank you so much for the 5 NZD. I think that's New Zealand dollars. 5 a.m. and trying to sleep, but Clicky is on. Yes, indeed. You can sleep some other time. You can sleep when I'm not streaming, because that's so important. Oh, yes, indeed. You give Gru sometimes, and we are your minions. Do you know, Caden? Caden, let me be honest with you. I used to call my audience my minions way back in the day when I made, like, Let's Play content. My intro for, like, a solid few years was, "Greetings, minions." That was my intro. And then the Minions movie ruined the whole Minions thing. So people thought I got the intro idea from the heckin' Minions movie, even though I had used it as an intro for like years before that. That sucked. That sucked so bad. Don't you hate it when you have like a great idea that everyone just likes, and then something comes along that's like identical, and everyone thinks you got it from there, and all of a sudden it sucks. Man, that was some real struggles, man. Those some real struggles. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Imagine one day, Click is finally in the acting industry and he gets to voice a bunch of characters. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool. I wouldn't mind voicing, like, some stuff. I think with my current schedule, it would be difficult to do it consistently, but it would be really fun to do, like, you know, a one-episode guest appearance in some, like, animation show or something. That'd be so cool, man. That'd be so cool. What does lasso mean? Lasso is like the gender-neutral term of laddie and lass. You know? Laddie is like boy, lass is girl, and lasso is the neither of those. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna make fun of minions till the end of time. You a car guy? Not really. I mean, I enjoy myself a good car, but I can't say I'm like a car nerd or anything like that. I was never particularly interested. I want like a decent, safe car to drive around. And that's basically it, you know. Here is a Moonies, please, maker of one of your screeching noises. You're very welcome. Toad the Blue, thank you so much for being a lasso. Abigail, thank you so much. Definitely not watching this while I work. Productive. Hashtag yes. Like the LinkedIn video, you know. That should have been a LinkedIn Lunatics. We start off every day at the office with watching a Click video, because it just raises the corporate spirit. Hashtag productivity. Wynooth thank you so much for the 1 USD goggles. I'm gonna make fun of minions till the end of time, yeah, as you should. Malicia, thank you so much for the 5. I'm glad I'm able to watch the stream despite it being exam week, because I've decided to retake the year anyway. Haha, such a good day, hell yeah. I hope it goes well. Free Wings, thank you so much for the 100 chicks. Thanks for the title compliment. Game recommendation, or however Demon Plushie it's spelled. The game is called Webbed. It's very cute, 100% recommend. Also, you make my day when I'm stressed. That's so sweet. Welcome in. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Oh, yes, indeed. Hell of a boss and has been hotel. Hell of a boss and has been... Oh, it's just the same thing repeating. I thought you, like, mistyped and wrote it twice, but it's just a copy pasta, isn't it? Great. You're literally voice actor material. Thank you so very much. Okay, here's my audition. Oh, shit. Fuck. Wait. No. I messed up my microphone. Please. No. No, my audition. Okay, wait, there we go. It's under control. It's not. No, it's okay. Now it's under control. Okay. Anyway, audition take 2. Hello, I am miscellaneous character. Oh my god, this thing that I'm currently witnessing in this episode is really flabbergasting. Wow. Was that good? Was that good? I think that was pretty good. Average click moment. God damn it. I think that was pretty good. Or I can like imitate the demon. That is like, hello, I am a demon. I will sit on your shoulder and convince you how gay you are. I'm literally the gay agenda. Okay, how can someone not hire me now? Hell yeah. You could play a detective in a crime show. Yeah, I could. I could take all the inspiration from those like bad men writing women things. You know, you walk in and be like, damn, looks like they died from stabbing. What a waste of curves. Look at that. Couldn't they have killed someone uglier? Like, damn, dude, what the fuck? I can just play all the characters. I can play like the weird, creepy, sexist detective, and I can play the corpse, and I can also play like the person reacting to it. That's gonna be amazing. Wait, where are my sunglasses? Oh, I don't know this. I have these sunglasses. Hold on. So like first the corpse. I'm just like this, you know. There you go. That's amazing corpse. And then you come in as the detective and be like, ah, damn, that's a shame. Ah, damn, what a waste of curves. Couldn't they have killed someone uglier? Ah, it's always the hotties, isn't it? Why can't I interrogate these ones, huh? Why do they always have to be corpses? And then it's like, you know, the other detective or the intern or whatever. It's like, bro, what the fuck? And there you go. That's the whole cast, basically. And I can just redo that scene in different context for like 5 seasons. Nailed it. It's called Detective and Detective. That's not a bad title, actually. Detective and Detective. That's like a good series. That's like a good title. Detective and Detective. And one is like Good Cop, Horny Cop. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey there. You're much more attractive than our usual victims. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, you see, it just writes itself. It just writes itself. I just basically voice act all the creepy posts I've ever read in like my facepalm videos. And there's like a full character that is absolutely depraved. It's great. Oh my god! That's beautiful. Wait, hold on. We can do it like this. You know, just to pull out the sensitivity a bit and be like, well, look at you. You're just way more attractive than our usual interrogation targets, aren't you? Oh, yes, indeed. We have our methods for getting things out of people like you, and getting things into people like you as well. Oh, yes, indeed, like ideas of confessing. Don't get any weird ideas now. What are you doing? Oh, yes, indeed. We have our ways. Do you feel that tingly feeling? Do you want to confess yet? Oh, yes, indeed. You see, we can do it. We can, anyway, so I'm gonna turn that one back down, and then, you know, we're not gonna ASMR this entire stream. That's way too cheap. I'm not doing that on OnlyFans. Hell yeah. Love you, Clicky. Love you too. Oh, baby. Yeah. I zoned out for a little while. What's this? That was my audition for being like a detective. Okay? Make the most obnoxious gremlin voice. It's like the one I use for the trash pan. I was like, don't touch my garbage. You're way more attractive than our usual suspects. Oh, there we go. That's great.
You're so much more attractive than our usual suspects. Yes, indeed.
That's great. That's great. Annonser no, don't freaking ads. Who cares about ads? Come on, ads suck. Oh, we have some tittarbidrag. Let's see. Besides ducks, which is your favorite kind of bird? Oh, that's a good question. I was traveling a bunch of years ago through the Seychelles. And at one place I stayed, there was this really tiny red bird with a black head. I have no idea what the species is called. But anyway, it was pecking on my window every day at 5 a.m. And the rest of the people I was traveling with didn't believe me. So one morning I recorded it just to show them. And they were like, damn, that's wild, bro. I think it was the same bird every morning. It was insane. I don't know what the hell was wrong with it. But yeah, I love that bird. It has attitude. So that's probably my favorite. Yay, caught a stream, but currently sick. Oh, Alice, I do hope you feel better soon. Purple Corgi, thank you so much for being a lasso. And Flash the Monkey, thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. You beautifully. Mwah. Ill-tempered merch-selling mascot character. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yes. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that character. Hell yeah. A cardinal, a woodpecker. I don't know. Probably not. It's some little like tropical freaking sadist. I don't know. My bestie texted and we are meeting up on Sunday. Hell yes. Gwedil, thank you so much for being a lasso. Mwah. How do I get gay emotional support, Demon? You wait until June, like a patient little gay, and then you can purchase it on makeship.com. It's going to be absolutely glorious. There's also this one that's way more gay. You can have like the sneaky, horny gay, and you can have like the gay. Am I selling this? I think I'm selling this. Smeagol. Now, Smeagol is a bit more intense. It's like,
stupid fat hobbitses. She ruins it. She ruins it. My sweet boiled potatoes.
Swallow the slimy raw fish. Can you imagine? I need to make a dub of Lord of the Rings where every like voice that is supposed to be creepy is just normal. I found a dub like that of the Mouth of Sauron on YouTube, and it's the best shit ever. It's like if Mouth of Sauron was just called Steve, kind of. And it's like, hello there, humans. Sauron sends his regards. Haha. It's so good. I need to do that for Gollum. It's like, ah, the ring. My precious ring. Gives it to me, stupid fat hobbitses. Oh no, not the ring. Master Frodo. We need to go to the left, Master Frodo. I need to do that. That is so good. Mouth of Sauron is legit terrifying, like 11 out of 10 art design. Yeah, I think it's a good idea they cut it though, because it's a little bit weird that, you know, the heroic Aragorn just like randomly murders diplomats. Even if they're just like orcs, it's still kind of whack. So probably good idea that it didn't make it. Did you watch Eurovision? I did not. I haven't watched Eurovision in probably 10 years. I used to watch it a lot way back in the day, but it's just the kind of thing that, I don't know, it fell out. I didn't have anyone around me that really watched it, and I just didn't. Goggles, thank you so much. Bird might be an American Robin. Could be. Maybe. I have no idea. Sounds reasonable. Loki, thank you so much for being at us, you beautiful bean. Mwah. Don't hate on Aragorn. I don't. I mean, it was cut for a reason. You know, that's the thing, because I think it's kind of out of character for Aragorn. It's a cut scene, you know? It's like, even though it's an orc that's like, ugh, slimy and weird, it's like, still like some sort of diplomat, you know? To be honest, the heroes do a lot of murder in that series, but usually they murder murderers, right? It's good murder, you know? They're murdering evil people. Ah. I missed Lord of the Rings conversation. We're talking about dubbing characters with normal voices. I think that could be good. Or Sauron, for that matter. It's like, Frodo puts on the ring, and he's like, I see you. You are right there. You are quite visible at the moment. I indeed see you. Look at you go. Wow. I would love that. That is so good. This is my first theclick live stream. I joined. Hi, Click. Welcome, you beautiful bean. Ah, yes. Good murder. Or do it for the Urukai. Oh, looks like meat is back on the menu, boys. Ah, let's dig in. Rar XD. Look at you go. Just like really sarcastic Sauron with a normal voice. I see you. Wow, look at you go, you little shit. Ooh, aren't you talented? Wow. Wow, nail polish. Ah, 'tis but a flesh wound. So good. That is so good. Find the halflings. Arg. Sauron is low-key daddy, indeed. I was so disappointed they didn't do a better job with the Rings of Power. That had so much potential, you know? That would have been so cool. Hello, Click. Hope your day has been going well. Thank you so much. It has been going well. It's been a good day. It was sunny. I caught sun today. It was nice. Would you rather fight 30 rat-sized cows or 30 cow-sized rats? Definitely the rat-sized cows. That's easy. I mean, things don't usually scale that well in terms of strength versus size when you shrink them. So like a rat-sized cow isn't gonna be particularly intimidating, you know? Definitely down for that. Like cow-sized rat sounds horrifying. That's not very good. That's not very good. I don't know, man, gonna read this, but theclick is one of my inspiration to become a content creator. I'll try my best to be as wholesome as he is. That's so sweet. And Click, hope your day's going. It's going good. It's even better now than you're here. Welcome in. How do you feel about bugs? I mean, depends on which bug, if I'm gonna be honest. I had a bee fly in today when I was recording a main character video. What a main character bee. It was very main character. I like bees. Bumblebees are cute. Ah. Rat-sized cows would be too cute to fight. Yeah, I would just pet them. I would just pet the shit out of them.
Feel so silly, didn't notice I was a few minutes behind the stream and I was responding to Click of the Past.
Whoops. Ah, the Nazgul just being like, good evening, kind sir, we're searching for someone named Baggins. You don't happen to know where you can find that gentleman? Yeah, oh my god. When he like rides past like the Hobbit town, it's like, what is it? It's like, Shia Baggins. Something like that. It's just really creepy. Instead of just like, good evening, kind gentlemen. You don't happen to know where the Baggins reside, do you? Ah, thank you very much for the directions. We will be off now. Yeah. I'm not a patient little queer. Skicka mig en calm down generic name. Thank you so much for the 6.95 Swedish krons. I will use that to buy several pineapple pizzas for myself. There's nothing you can do to stop that now. Thank you so very much. That is absolutely insane. Save some of it for buying the plushie. Look at this good boy. It's a very good boy. Thank you so very much. You're beautiful. Mwah. Halfling, thank you so much. Did somebody say halfling? Oh, I see what you did there. Yay. I listen to your comment when I'm working from home or at the office. Calms me and makes me laugh. That is so sweet. I'm really glad I can be like the little voice in your ear that motivates you to commit war crimes. Joseph, thank you so much for the 400 hif. Hi from Hungary. You turned me into a furry. I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming it's a compliment. Yes, indeed. That is great. I had a few tags recently on Twitter and YouTube because there was some kind of like TikTok trending that was like, who turned you into a furry? Tag them. And I got a bunch of notifications for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know what this... Why would I get that? I don't get it. It's so weird, man. The internet is just like very random XD sometimes. Ah, it's wild. It's wild. Yes, indeed. I'm just... Oh, I clicked away something. Anyway. Nah, the click is our internal voice reading out memes written on billboards. Yeah, how many of you has my... I feel like a main character now, okay? But bear with me. How many of you have my voice as narrator when you, like, read memes online? When you're sitting on your phone just scrolling memes and you hear my voice inside of your head. Does that happen to you? Oh, hell yeah. I see a couple of yeses. That's good enough for me. Hell yeah. Ace of Spades, thank you so much for 18 months. Ooh, I mean, you turned me into a furry too, Lamau. Ah, that's beautiful already, yes. No? What? I see a couple of no's. That's very upsetting. Your voice is my narrator for everything. That is excellent. Hell yeah. Man, I wish I heard your voice in my head when I read memes. Instead, I hear my own silly voice. A pineapple pizza is the best. Haters suck indeed. Indeed. I usually say that if people don't like pineapple pizza, I'm just wait until I make pizza with raisins. I can take this further. You don't want me to take this further. Respect the pineapple. Click is living rent-free in my head 24/7. Ah, yes, indeed. Affordable marketing prices. Yes, indeed. I hear so many people didn't like The Hobbit, but I love those movies. So I'm questioning if it will be the same situation with The Rings of Sauron for me. The Rings of Power. Moosification, thank you so much for the 10. I think The Hobbit is... The thing with The Hobbit is that it's not horrible. It just doesn't live up to what the Lord of the Rings trilogy was. It's a bit too cartoonish, and they take a few liberties with the story. For example, Azog is not part of that storyline at all. He was like dead for years when that thing took place. And it's only really one book, you know. So they really try to imitate this trilogy thing when they drag it out, when in reality the whole story could have been like one book if they just skipped like Azog. The lady elf was a bit weird. Like Legolas could have worked as a cameo, but it was weird that he was made into a main character. There was also kind of like a, I don't know, like some high school stud. It was weird. He was just like kind of toxic and jealous. It's like, this isn't Legolas. Like, what? Are you kidding me? And it's not like that long ago, you know, in his lifespan. You know, it's, you know, what, how long? Like, Bilbo is 111, right? In the trilogy, or in the beginning of the trilogy. And he's like, what, 30 maybe? 30 or 40 when The Hobbit takes place? Something like that. So, you know, it's not too many years even. It's not that many years. 60 years? Yeah, something like that. So it's weird that he's such a different character when it's that few years for an elf, you know? But I mean, I enjoyed the Hobbit movies, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed watching them, but they had a few odd choices in them that made them not live up to the expectation, I suppose. She is a wizard. Thank you so much for getting 5 memberships. You beautiful being. And time score. Thank you so much for the 3. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Martin Freeman made a great Bilbo. He really did. He did an amazing job with that character. Hell yeah. The Hobbit book is better than the movies, honestly. Yeah, the one thing the movie did better than the book is the music. There was chocolate pizza in Germany. You can't scare me. I mean, yeah, that's a very nice thing, isn't it? Thank you so much, Anoli. I like that you're not scared of pizza. And the music in the book is better. Shut. Shut. Do you like the books or the movies better? Ooh. I mean, I think it's quite different medias, right? I don't think you're ever gonna like... Whenever you have a movie adaptation, you're always gonna like pick and choose a bit, and you're always gonna miss out on certain aspects and characters, and the Lord of the Rings universe is so incredibly vast and deep, right? So I think if you really want to get into the lore, you're never gonna truly get that through movies. On the other hand, the thing with the movies is that you have actors that really nail their characters. For example, Gandalf in the movies is absolutely legendary. I love the performance of Ian McKellen. So freaking good. Same thing with Aragorn, for example. Unbeatable, Gimli, Legolas, the whole thing. Like, the cast is so iconic. So I think it's two very distinct, different pieces of media that are incredible in their own way, you know? So that's sort of my take on it, I suppose. It depends on the angle. What if I want pineapple and raisins on pizza? Not just any meat? Is that yes, that's fine. Yes, replace the meat with raisins. That is perfectly fine. Mwah. I used to memorize Lord of the Rings poems from the books and sing them to myself as a kid. That's really cute. That's really cute. I wanna get into Silmarillion. That would be really fun. I think now I'm relatively deeply entrenched in the lore to like understand enough of it where it's not just random name drops and stuff. I think I did try to read it once, but that was before I was too deep in the lore and I just didn't understand anything. I was like, what is this? It's just referencing things as if you, it's assuming you know it, but I don't. But now I think I'm a bit more brought up to speed with everything, so that's very cool. Viggo Mortensen is just like the most wonderful human being too. He took his horse from Lord of the Rings home with him. That's so sweet. That is amazing. The only song I remember is They're Taking the Hobbits to Isengard. Yeah, that was from the movies. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard, to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Isengard? Isengard? Ah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do r/Batman Arkham review, please. Is that just a video game subreddit? If that's the case, no? What is your favorite animated show? Oh, good question. What was an animated show I really enjoyed recently? I think right now my favorite is probably Delicious in Dungeon. Really good. Really good. The vibe is just so cozy, man. It's so good. It's so good. He also bought one of the stunt riders, the horse she rode on in the Lord of the Rings movies, because she fell in love with the horse and couldn't afford to buy it. That is so freaking sweet. Yeah, whenever I keep hearing stories from the Lord of the Rings set, like the trilogy, how the actors interacted, the vibe around it, the community they built, all the things they did, it's just like, damn. That's like, even the behind the scenes is like a story of a lifetime. It's so cool. It's so cool. Isn't Batman Arkham actually a really wild subreddit? Actually, wait, is it? I assumed it was just a video game subreddit from the title. Hold on, should I take a look at it? Well, I'm not gonna bring it up on screen. I've learned the mistake of bringing up stuff on screen when I'm streaming. That may or may not be particularly great. Batman Arkham. Let's see. Let's do like, I don't know, top of this year maybe. First post is about cancer. That's great. What? Oh, here's like some P-Hub comments. It seems okay. That's a video autoplaying. That's great. That's another. Okay, it seems to be like cursed memes with Batman joke references in them, basically. Okay, I can see the vibe. If I give you money through Super Chat and ask for you to use it to buy a game, would you buy that game and at least okay it a little bit? Play it? No, probably not. I play games I want to play. I'm not gonna promise buying anything for a donation. That's not really my vibe, fam. But I do appreciate the offer. Can we do r/bullshidoo? It's a wait, what? That name is wild. Wait, hold on. Oh my god, please no. Oh my god. I need to turn off the audio from auto playing stuff on. Oh, Jesus Christ, Reddit, please. Alright, anyway. Bullshidoo. That sounds more fun than whatever that was. Oh, it was a main character video. Well, that explains the insufferable audio. Okay, let's see. Boop. Okay, see, it's just kind of like... Oh my god, I've seen this one. Oh my god, I've seen that one. Okay, yeah, some of these ring a bell. Some of these ring a bell. Okay, that's kind of funny. He broke his toe and the scream he let out was real because of the pain breaking his toe. Yeah, and like the stepping on glass, breaking the toe, tossing the like knife that is actually real. I mean, maybe it was a stunt knife, but like the tossing itself was real, so like the deflection is actually legit. There are a few of those like quirky things that is pretty interesting. Can we have the Pride ESDs as keychains, please? Mercy? Sadly not. I already am making too many things for Pride, and it's almost around the corner, so I won't have time to make anything else, sadly. But maybe next year. Maybe next year. The gay times never sleep, do they? Yes, indeed. Dark Witch, thank you so much for gifting a membership, you beautiful bean. And John, thank you so much for gifting 20 memberships. Didn't you do it last time too? Didn't you do this last time too? You're out of control. By the way, chat, if you get a membership, gifted or otherwise, use it to link your account on Discord to YouTube and you get amazing special roles. Yes, indeed. Awooga? Hell yes. Jokes on you, click. We're all year. No. No way. No. What? No. What? No. What? No. Yo, did you stop playing Amnesia? I really enjoyed you playing it. Bruh, I don't think I made a Let's Play of Amnesia since 2014. I think you're 10 years late. I mean, maybe I'll play the new one on stream at some point. That could be fun. But, bruh, it's been a while. Like, don't get me wrong, it's really fun to see old fans coming into the chat. That's amazing. Man, that has some, like, nostalgia vibes to it. But, it's also been quite a while. Click sounded like OT just now. No. No. Wait, can I do a good OT? What's up, my beardos and weirdos? One top. No, I have to do more Canadian. What up, beardos and weirdos? Sorry. My notori. Syrup. There we go. No one can tell the difference. No one can tell the difference. I think that's good. You need sunglasses? What up, my beardos and weirdos? One topic here today. We're looking at gay. Get a look at it. Okay, yeah, that's nailed it. I think I nailed it. Hell yeah. Catching Swedish boyfriend, my family's name for you. Best day ever. Hell yeah, Hattie. Welcome, you beautiful bean. I do hope you enjoy your stay. OT's laugh, though. You'll play Amnesia later because I miss it so bad. You were... Oh, that's really sweet. Maybe not today, but maybe another day. That could be really fun. Ott, is that you? Indeed. It is. Yes. Have you seen the anime Red Wall from 1999? No, I have not. I have not. What is that goofy individual that pops up when someone becomes a member? Oh, it's the Clicky Kitty. It's the Clicky Kitty. Like, the membership badge evolves. It comes out of a box. So, like, month number 1 is just a closed box, and then it slowly climbs out and jumps to camera. Do you play the electric guitar? No. You should do a D&D campaign on stream like Doug. That could be fun. I just don't know how I would like actually set it up, and I'm not sure how it would work in my time zone because like all the creator friends that I know are like way off in time zones, which makes long streams really complicated. Favorite Star Wars movie? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, I do like the 3 originals. I really like the 3 originals. They're really good. They have like a specific vibe to them that you just can't replicate, I think. What is the worst thing you ever heard a teacher say to a student? Oh fuck, I had like a professor really lose his shit at some point. It was so weird. We were having these like little presentations. It wasn't like a full class or anything, it was just a workshop or something. And the teachers were late. You know, all the students were there in time and the teachers were late. But then the teachers got really pissed or this specific teacher at least, got really pissed that the students hadn't put up their table, like, at the end of the room or something like that. It was really weird. And then they went on, like, a rant and almost made the first group of girls that were presenting cry. That was insane. That was absolutely insane. So yeah, that's probably the wildest thing I've seen. They were a little bit whack in general. They would, like, go off on weird things. I remember at some point there was a student that was traveling and skiing in, like, January and missed, like, the first day or so of school. Like, who cares? It's uni, right? You miss lectures all the time. But for some reason, this professor had, like, a bit of a, I don't know, like a complex or something. So they would, like, call the student and be like, you have to prove that you're not just traveling and you're homesick. Go on live video and film the street outside so I see you're, like, you know, back home in the city or something. It's so weird. So freaking weird, man. No, I don't want ads. Stop that, YouTube. It's silly. So, yeah. Vovi, please stop spamming or I will mute you. Why does my brain get completely fried when the click swears? It's because it's usually censored in videos, which means that it's kind of shocking, isn't it? Oh yes, indeed. That's the bonus you get with streams. Hell yes. You get that extra content. That is straight up creepy. Yeah, it's like kind of crossing a line, you know? It would be one thing, you know, if you were paying someone to do something. You know, if this was your employee that was, like, skipping out on work and claiming to be sick, but in fact they're traveling but still, like, getting paid and stuff. Like, yeah, that would be shady. I can see you kind of, like, chasing them down because you're actually paying them for their time. But when it's a student, you know, like, really? You know, really? If they just skip class and fail it, it's kind of on them, you know? Like, what? I don't get it. Nadine, thank you for the 2. Can you please say something in German? Nein. There you go. That's a bit ironic, isn't it? Shout out to Click, gotta be one of my favorite genders. Me too. I can't wait to get my emotional support demon order last week. Chloe, that's amazing. Thank you so much for the 5. I do hope you enjoyed the demon. Hell yeah. I love his stories. Oh, thank you. Yes, indeed. Were you able to see the aurora from the geomagnetic storm, or is it light in summer? I didn't see it this time around. No, sadly. Beer that isn't very Christian of you. This is not actually beer. It's a very sugary, summery drink with a bit of alcohol. That's very Christian, isn't it? Ah, the blood of Jesus. It's full of sweet sugar and booze. That reminds me of a teacher who forced me to smile before leaving the class. Fun times. Also the reason why I had to stop German fencing. Thank you for the knighthoods. Hey, free wings. Thank you so very much. Welcome in. Ah, that's amazing. Yeah, some teachers are weird. Like, most teachers I had, I would say, were good or okay, right? Not all teachers were amazing, but most of them just, like, did their job. They were, like, decent teachers, whatever. Some of them stood out as really wacky, and that was definitely one of them. Oh my god, that's a made-up language. Thank you so much, Lemon Moon, for the 2, you beautiful being. It's not a real language. I swear, it's not a real language. Can you explain to me what were those videos like? For example, r/wedding shaming slay. Is this just a bot? I think, is that just a bot? That is such a bot question. That's so weird. That's so, what? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? That sounds like a bot just farming data. What? Imagine if the click started to speak Welsh and throw Swedish in the mix. Swedish. Yeah, that's very good. That's very good. One of my teachers was obsessed with Star Wars and everyone got him Star Wars presents on the last day. That's so cute. That is so cute. Do you still play Minecraft every now and then? I haven't played Minecraft for a bit. I really should, though. I really should. It's really fun. It's that kind of... it's the kind of game where I pick it up every 2 years and then I play the crap out of it for 2 months and then I leave it alone for 2 years and then repeat the cycle, sort of. How many languages do you speak? 3? And a lot of swear words in Spanish, if that counts. How long are you streaming for today? It depends on what we do and what the energy is like. Oh yes, indeed. Du hast mich gefragt. When a Pride plush is going to be available in Pride Month. So June. It's close, isn't it? It's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be so beautiful. I love to rewatch your MC streams. Those VODs turned out really well. I'm really happy with those playthroughs. They were a lot of fun. I was thinking about the other day if there's like some specific playthrough or twist that I would like to try. I think my favorite one was like the Desert Flatland. It had such like a special vibe to it the first time I played it. It was so cool. And I was thinking about if I could recreate that with something else. The ocean only was also like a really cool one. Like how to get around the fact that everything is just ocean. It was really badass. It was really badass. You've been mangling your Deutsch lately, click. Indeed. Indeed. Deutsch sounds better. Mangled. We've got 2, one of each ESDs and a mango. That is amazing, Angel. Hell yeah. Hi, Click. Mom and I are watching you live. One of my greatest achievements is getting her into your content. Now, whenever one of us said we watch your videos together, love you, Click. That is amazing. Hell yeah. I do hope you enjoy it. That sounds so wholesome. Hell yes. Not so out there, but I'm still pissed at the teacher refused to call me by my last name. But in a way, me not liking being called my first name helped me realize I'm trans. I mean, that's kind of like... What is that even called? Like, accidentally supportive... compliance, something like that. I'm writing a thesis for Compsky. It's about AI assisting in threat intelligence. Is 4K words enough? Bruh, that completely depends on what they told you, what the requirements are. I'm not sure how you expect me to answer that. A wacky teacher I remember, she used to make every student in the class stand up and slap her faces, even if we didn't do anything. One child misbehaved, so the whole class suffered. Isn't that like corporal punishment, which is like illegal in the military? That doesn't sound good. People be bragging about being old fans, but they will never get that beautiful feeling of discovering Click's channel and binge-watching all his Reddit videos. Oh, speaking of binge-watching Reddit videos, one thing that I started working on, let's see, did it actually pass review? The downside is that the channel is kind of like not in the priority queue. Under review, they say it can take 7 days. On my main channel, it takes like a few hours, maybe. God, I got so spoiled with my main channel at this point. Anyway, so I have a second channel called Clicky, where I used to like post some gameplay edits and do some casual streams and stuff, but I haven't really used the channel in a while, and I think most of the people sub to it are like from my core audience anyway. So what I was thinking, what I started working on a bit, is that I'm gonna re-edit and recompile some of like the classic videos from the channel and some of the videos that were only up on Patreon, for example. So it's like old classic No I Get the Boat, Garfield minus Garfield, some early Make Me Suffer stuff, some of the first collabs I did, and like compile it into like the best moments and make it a bit snazzy and also make them a bit longer. And it's turning out really well. I really enjoyed it. I made like a 20-minute No I Get the Boat video that I'm waiting for the YouTube review with. And of course I'm cutting through them to make sure like the jokes age well, because some of the jokes are, for example, like very specifically COVID jokes, and it's like, well, this joke is kind of outdated, you know, so some stuff gets like a bit cut, but that's like that's pretty fun, and I like the vibe of those videos. They're a bit casual, so I'm thinking about like revamping that channel into doing that, which could be really fun. I feel it could be a nice side project. So chat, I'm gonna link you the channel because I expect you to sub to it, and gracefully await the first video. Here's the link to it. There we go, perfect. I like how Kim said watch the spam, and I just spammed that. Great. I'm a great example. Hell yeah. So do that. Go to that channel, sub. There's gonna be new content on it very soon. It's gonna be amazing, and I think you're all gonna enjoy it because it's gonna be like old school Click, but with like a bit more fresh editing and compiling, and also some content that was like up on Patreon before, and because that's kind of like bunk nowadays because I don't have a Patreon anymore. So I think it can be really cool. I miss No I Get the Boat. It was really fun times. It was really fun times. But the subreddit isn't what it used to be. It's like just, right now it's just depressed news articles. It's like, 17 babies died in a burning building. It's like, what? Huh? The first stream, the keychain plushies. I sadly couldn't get them. I hope you will re-release them. Took my big demon and mango to Wisconsin. That is amazing. Thank you so much, Jan, for the 5. I hope to bring them back at some point. I really do. I remember watching an Ocean Minecraft VOD where Clicky had like 600,000 subs and talked about how he's worried about his channel getting too big. I'm still worried about it, I'm gonna be honest. One of the things with YouTube growth, okay, one of the things about it is that it's a very mixed feeling, right? Because part of the feeling is that you're working hard on something, you want to see it grow, because I think it's something very natural and instinctual to feel like, oh geez, something I'm working hard on is like progressing. And on YouTube is also very obvious because you have, you know, actual metrics on your screen showing how you're progressing. And that's a very rewarding feeling. On the other hand, I'm also starting to feel the, how should I put this? The effect of like tearing on the mainstream, if that makes sense. Not like mainstream. I'm like a fucking you know, F-tier celebrity, you know, it's not particularly intense in that way, but when you start getting recognized more and more, both on YouTube and IRL and that kind of stuff, it makes you realize that maybe I don't want like 10 million subs, you know, because even though it would come with more benefits, obviously, to what you do for a living, I think it also would impact like your privacy more, and I'm not sure if I want that. So it's like that weird split feeling where, you know, oh damn, yeah, I released a good video, I got 1,000 new subs today, hell yeah, that's amazing. But at the same time, when you like zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you're like, maybe I also want to like retain my privacy and like not be like not be under a microscope all the time. That is something I noticed a lot. I think after the channel hit 1 million, people are way more critical of you and like anything you do. It's like, you have an opinion they don't like, then you're a piece of shit. You have another opinion that they don't like in the other direction, then you're also a piece of shit. You don't have an opinion on something, then you're also a piece of shit. And it's like, you not only have to be a perfect person, you have to be a perfect person in everything you did in the past. So for example, you know, if you made a joke when you were a child, they're like, oh, how could you not have known this was offensive? And be like, I was 15, fam. What the heck? What? So it's not only like learning how to deal with your platform nowadays and be like media trained with your current knowledge, you also have to be magically media trained like back in time when you were like a child. I don't know. It's that's a feeling that I don't think I will ever really enjoy. I think it's very uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, there we go. That's weird. Uh-oh. Come on now. Oh, there we go. Oh, is it working? Oh, we're back, baby. We're back. Hey, that was weird. It was a very brief interaction. Or interruption. Hell yeah. Well, that was funky. Oh well, I hope not too many people left the stream. Anyway, so yeah, that was weird. But yeah, so there are like definitely downsides, and like the Mr. Beast example is another one of those, like where I think, you know, obviously some of the critique he gets is valid and all of that, don't get me wrong, but it's also that kind of thing where I think he gets the critique he gets because he's so big. You know, you get to that certain size where I don't think nothing you do will ever be enough, if that makes sense. And with that said, I think some critique is valid. Of course, not all of it, but and some of it I think is impossible to avoid. And I feel some of that, but just like way less, obviously, like 100th of that or 1,000 of that. And when some critique is just completely unavoidable because you can't please everyone, it's literally impossible. And that's kind of a bummer in a way. I sort of miss the days when the channel was, you know, well, not small, but I miss when it was like, yeah, like you said, like around maybe 600k or something. That was like a really neat size to be at because I could do everything I wanted to do, but the downsides were still pretty small. Tales of Atonement, thank you so much for being a last week bit of being this one of you. Mwah. And like I said, it comes with like the split decision because it's not like I want the channel to shrink. Like if I was like, everyone please unsubscribe, I'd be really sad, you know? I'd be like, no, why are people leaving? Did I do something wrong? No, you know, so it's that kind of weird split feeling where I think there's always two sides of the coin, I think is the takeaway, basically. Move to the woods and never see another person ever. I'll just live with the raccoons. It's gonna be good. Hell yeah. That's gonna be amazing. I think it's a difficult balance for all sides, creators and audience, because we have to remember creators are humans and make mistakes, but also hold them accountable if they do something shady. Yeah, I think it's all about balance, right? I think it's all about balance, and I think it's about how you deal with problems as a creator. The thing I don't agree with when it comes to, for example, holding creators accountable is never letting stuff go. That's something I don't agree with. And don't get me wrong, you know, it comes with there is a magnitude difference, right? If someone is like, haha, I'm casually murdered 5 children, it's like, okay, maybe that's not something you should, you know, get away with a YouTuber apology. You know, don't get me wrong. But when it's other silly things, it's like, oh, someone made a video a long time ago that didn't age well, or someone, I don't know what a good example would be. They did something stupid on Twitter one day when they were in a bad mood, or, you know, stuff like that. You know, stuff that is just words. Then it's like, okay, if they acknowledge the issue, they fix it, they don't repeat it. Like, maybe let it go. So, meh. Will you ever do video on your own subreddit again? Yeah, probably. I really enjoy my own subreddit. It's really cool. I haven't touched it in a while, but I'm like split between if I should save it for the second channel or if I should make it on the main channel. I haven't really decided. Imagine if there was like a max cap for channels. Oh, that could be kind of interesting, yeah. It's like exclusive and you have to wait for someone to unsub to sub. That's funny. That is funny. Will you play Helldivers 2? I have played it a lot. It's good. It's good. Why do YouTubers always like kids? Not you, but many others. I don't know, man. I think it's a couple of different things, right? I think one of the things is that the internet is that kind of weird place where all sort of age demographics mix together in a lot of communities, which will bring out really bad sides of people in some instances. I think the other aspect is that this industry, I think, attracts certain people, you know, when it comes to people that are either a bit narcissistic or people that are a bit shady or they're a bit creepy with certain things. I think it attracts those people for quite obvious reasons. So I think there are a few aspects to it, and one aspect I think also is that you see it more because it's in a public light, that I think there is more shady shit similar to that going on in other places as well. It's just that we don't really see it as much because you don't have hundreds of thousands of people watching like drama videos about it. So I think it's a few different aspects. I think it looks like a lot because it gets a lot of attention. I think the industry itself attracts certain bad actors, and I think it's also due to like the demographics mixing, where in real life, for example, you don't really have the same sort of mixing. Usually the people around you are peers, or everyone is adult. Like if you're in an office job, like everyone is going to be like 30 plus. If you're in uni, everyone is going to be like between 20 and late 20s, you know. So if you're in high school, everyone is going to be between 16 and 19. So, you know, in real life, you don't have the same blending. And I think that in one wacky way enables some of the weirdos, if that makes sense. Because in real life, you have to really go out of your way to not spend time with your peers, if that makes sense. A click, I keep telling you, lean into the what is that? Become the most, I don't know what that word means. My god, thank you John for the 10, but I have no idea what those words mean, my god. I think they do it even though they get negative feedback because it's still cash in and it gets attention even if it's negative kind. It depends. I've seen some creators like make a career out of being like the sort of person that 50% love, 50% hate, but for the vast majority of people, being a creep doesn't make your career. Most people lose their careers after that. It's honestly so weird to me to see like teenagers and stuff on Twitter. Like I genuinely forget I share spaces online with young people. Yeah, that's so funny. Sometimes I have like a tag on Twitter and I see like the most wild opinion about something. You know, it's like the most whack opinion that obviously doesn't work in reality. It's like, damn, the insinuations this opinion would mean for like people in everyday life is incredibly wild. And then you check the profile and it's like, oh, they're 13. Damn. It's like when you see an unhinged rant about how marriages should work, and the person ranting is 13 years old, like Tate fan. Like, damn. Bruh. Okay, great. I don't think being a creep gets a career. Donald Trump disagrees. There are exceptions, definitely. And I think some people manage to build like that kind of whack following where you can kind of get away with whatever the hell you do. You know, if you just attract that sort of demographic that doesn't care, then you can get away with more shit. That's sort of how it works. Like if you want to talk about cancel culture, for example, that whole aspect, you really only get canceled if you do something that your audience doesn't like. You know, that's sort of how that works. So, I mean, one great example is for example, how everything went down with the pyramid individual. The reason why that hit so hard wasn't necessarily because, I mean, yeah, it was pretty bad. Honestly, the stuff was pretty bad, but at least, you know, there was no like actual diddling of kids involved, for example. You know, there are YouTubers that have done, legally speaking, worse shit, if that makes sense. But the reason it didn't work out was because the entire audience around the channel was built on like anti-shady business, and then it turns out the person running it was just doing the same thing, and that means you have an entire audience that don't like the specific thing you just did, and then you get canceled. It would be like if I turned out to be like a raging homophobe, you know, and I'm running this like community that is allegedly inclusive, and I've done like charity events, and I do this that have like a charity donation attached to them and stuff, and then it just turns out that I'm a raging homophobe. You know, that would be something that would get me canceled, because it's something that the audience obviously wouldn't like, and for good reason. So there's that aspect to it, because some people I see sometimes ask like, hey, how is this creator getting away with all this shit? It's because they accumulate an audience that don't care about the specific shit they do. Tales of Atonement, thank you so much for the 20, beautiful bean. Click, take my money. I talked to Human One and finally sent your business email. Checked your business for the VA. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. Hell yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Thank you so much. Silk Dragon, thank you so much for the 39. Sometimes internet licenses seem so appealing. Oh yeah. Or like, if it wasn't for companies gathering our data, I could totally see like, you know, having to submit an ID to be like, yeah, I'm above 18, I'm allowed to be on Twitter, you know? It's so true though, that's why some of these people still have huge following, like Makeup Boy and Conspiracy. Yeah, exactly. It's because they get an audience that endorses it. Or for example, you see this, take for example some of the younger, edgier streamers, right? Some of them make jokes on the regular that are like ragingly transphobic, for example, that someone like me would never get away with. Like if I made some of the jokes they have made, it's like, whew, gee, that would cost me dearly, and for very good reason, mind you. But for them, because they accumulated an audience of like edgy 15-year-olds, they haven't really learned the difference between like being edgy and dark humor versus stuff that is like legit harmful. Then they don't see much they don't see much consequence from it, because the people that dislike it are people that already don't watch them, so they don't actually lose anything. Do you think Europeans have a positive or negative impression of Americans overall, with all the online exposure we see on social media platforms of American culture? I'll be moving to the EU soon. Oh, that's cool. I think it depends. I think the only time you would ever have like a negative interaction is if you very much like fall into some very overly loud American stereotype, and people are a bit like, come on, you know? I think that's the real only way like you're gonna have a bad vibe, honestly. A lot of my friends are American and they're absolutely amazing, so like, you know, meh. I think the impression, at least for me, one of the impressions I don't like from the US online is that every American online, well, I'm saying every, of course, and I don't mean every, it's like a lot of them. A lot assume that everyone online is also from America. And that is something that's a bit like, nah. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised, fam. Sari, thank you so much for being a last. You beautiful being. This one is all for you. Mwah. If people have younger audiences, they can also get away with more because they don't know how bad something is, or because kids look up to them, accept what the creator says or does. Yeah, kids are more likely to be influenced, and also kids grow up fast. I've seen many creators that are very appealing to younger audiences that have kind of like just refreshed their audience every few years, Because, like, the kids grow up and then they do this new big thing that gets the eyes of, like, the next generation of kids, and they just kind of keep going. Kids should be able to go online, but they shouldn't be able to comment or make posts without reason. I think stuff like this is always really tricky. I was online from the age of... how old was I? Maybe, like, 12? Something like that? Maybe a bit before that. But something, that's like when I was online relatively consistently, from 12 and beyond. But it wasn't in the same way. I didn't have any social media. You know, this was way back in like early 2000s. So there was no social media. The closest things I had was like some, account on maybe a forum page about the video game. Or I had an account on like Warcraft 3 that I played with friends. It was that kind of online. It was a different online. It's not like I was 12 years old and engaging with Twitter or making TikTok videos. It's online, but it's not that kind of online, So, everything is like a very wide spectrum. There's a lot of nuance on it. Because me, for example, I'm like, yeah, of course kids should be able to play online games with their friends. Of course they should be able to do that kind of stuff. That's fun. That's what we all have done. I'm not convinced it's good for kids to be on Twitter, for example. I just don't... I think the space is really negative. It's negative enough for me. And I'm like a 30-plus-year-old dude who's been on the internet a long time, and I have pretty thick skin from being a creator. I genuinely feel worse the more time I spend on Twitter. It's like a sinkhole of shit. So I'm like, damn, this can't be good for, for people that are young. Like, this can't be good for you, honestly. So, I don't know, I sound like a boomer, I suppose, but Twitter is such a weird place, man. Especially nowadays, like, the moderation has just gone to crap. Like, under every single post you see, there's just, like, sex bots and spam and scams. And if you dare make a tweet with, like, any sort of keyword in it, like, hackers are whack, you get, like, 10 replies from scammers. They're like, I can recover your account. Send all your credit card information to Steve Blorg on Instagram. I don't know. It's a different sort of online than I had when I was a kid. My online when I was a kid was like basic broadband connection and playing RTS games with my friends, over Skype. That was my online experience when I was a kid. And yeah, it's just very different. And I think it's more... One of the biggest differences, I think, is that it's more connected. It's rare that someone tried to scam you in like a Warcraft 3 lobby or Skype back in the day. But nowadays it's like, you're gonna have creeps on TikTok, you're gonna have scammers on Twitter, you're gonna have like weird people sending you shady shit. It's like, I don't know, it's so much more connected. And that's the weird thing. And the Twitter space in particular is also wild, because you can never know who's on the other side of the screen. Banning kids doesn't change, poo. I was 10 when I joined YouTube and TikTok, started using Reddit at 12. Was I allowed to? No. But I thought enough about internet safety, we need to focus on that. I mean, part of it is internet safety, definitely. But yeah, I agree. I mean, I bypassed plenty of, like, age blockers back in my day, too. I mean, I was playing Call of Duty when I was, like, fucking 14 or whatever. But I think one part of it is internet safety, and one part of it is just, like, health, honestly. Like, even if you're technologically savvy enough to not click shady links on Twitter, I still don't think it's good for you, honestly. I wouldn't recommend, if I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't really recommend anyone to be on Twitter. I'm gonna be honest. And one thing that I do, and like this comes from me as an adult that actually works with this stuff and has like pretty thick skin from being on social media and working with it, etc. I feel much better when I delete my socials from my phone. Much better. My mental health like significantly improves the weeks where I just like, you know what? No, it's a bit much. I'm just gonna delete Instagram, Twitter, my like YouTube apps, just gone. I don't have this on my phone, so whenever I'm out walking or at the gym or something, I literally can't check it. And after a few days, it's just like, oh my god, it's like a cloud lifts. It's wild. It's a huge difference, and that's coming from someone like me who's like older and not that prone to addictions and stuff. At least as far as I know. A Pancake Dragon, thank you so much for the 5. I have seen that one of my old faves was in... Oh, that's pretty wild. Okay, that's a pretty cool twist though. Hell yeah. But that's wild. That is absolutely wild. God damn. Thank you for the 5. I hope you're doing okay. But that sounds like a good progression, I suppose. But damn, that is wild. You're not a boomer. You are awesome, amazing, everything else, but a boom. Everything is relative, I suppose. Molly, thank you so much for the 3 months. Hey, Click a Wiki. Want to say thank you for what you do. It helps a lot. I'm finally reaching out and realizing my mother might be a narcissist. It's a good idea to realize that family isn't necessarily perfect just because it's family, you know? And, yeah, sometimes family do be bad. I do hope you have support around you for that kind of stuff. And getting like a second perspective on it, I think, is really important. And one thing to keep an eye out for as well is that a lot of the time people don't understand. A lot of times they really don't. People that haven't gone through weird shit with their family don't know what it's like, and they're very eager to dismiss it. Like, oh no, she's not. She keeps you locked in the basement because she worries about you. It's like, okay, maybe, but you're still locked in the basement. You know, a very cartoonish example, but you get my gist. Thank you so much, Vodl Crits, for the 100 crit. Give me the gherkins. It's my gherkins, please. Good evening from Germany. Pyro team, welcome, you beautiful being. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Davin, your messages are weird, fam. I don't know if you're a bot or not, but that's really weird. You strike me as like an AI farming data. It's so weird. It's so weird. Being bored is not an excuse for literally stealing a kid's social life. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. And it will also make them really poorly adapted for dealing with problems later on in life. It doesn't actually help them. That's like saying someone who assaulted someone just really likes them. Oh, it's like that bullcrap excuse, you know? If they bully you, that just means they like you. I can assure you the couple of bullies I had back in school did not like me. And after a while, I made sure they realized I didn't like them either. Yes, indeed. The Red Pill People's online's place suggests what they prefer. Like their controversial opinions, they just see them more often. That's how their opinions are really crazy. I mean, online, there are a few aspects for why it feels really disagreeable. One part of it is that your algorithm typically feeds you down like kind of a rabbit hole, so you only hear the same thing that you want to hear. This goes for everything. It's very important to like be aware of it. All of us are in algorithmic bubbles. Every single one of us. Some bubbles are just worse than others. And the other aspect is that online you bump into people that you normally would never meet, you know, and it would never be an issue you perhaps experienced IRL. In some cases you would, in some cases you wouldn't, right? But you encounter like everyone who disagrees with you about anything online. It's kind of wild. So I've encountered this a couple of times, for example, where, say, a joke or a word that isn't offensive where I come from is offensive somewhere else. And then it's like, that becomes a problem because obviously it's not, I know it means something completely different where I'm from, but somewhere else, someone listening to my video is like, damn, is this what you mean? That's really bad. And then that becomes like a point of contention where if I wasn't online, it would never happen because no one around me cares because they have like the same background as I do. So that's like one more lighthearted example that I have encountered, for example, that becomes very obvious. But then it becomes very obvious with more like serious topics as well, like the way Twitter is going nowadays. Goddamn. Where did you get your amazing sword? I got it at a convention. It was a bunch of Polish blacksmiths that had a booth, and they had like jewelry. They had like rings as well. This one is really cool. It's like one of those like rune rings. Very nice. And they had swords, and I was like, damn, this is a good sword. And they were like, yeah, it's a legit sparring sword. You can hit things with it. And I was like, damn, I'm not buying this. So I bought it. Yeah, the rabbit hole, focus poo. Honestly, gigabad for autistic people, because that's kind of what we already do. But I want a system designed to make you do that. You know, I wonder sometimes if those sort of... if some of the bubbles don't target people very unfairly. Like, and this isn't to like blame it, so to say. It's very important to understand that it's not blaming it. You know, it's kind of like when you it's sort of similar to when a very religious person in the US says like being gay is a choice, and you're like, is this person just bi in the closet? You know? And that is not to put like the blame back on the LGBT or bi people, because that's whack. That's not the point. The point is that the system is so incredibly wild around it that it suppresses people into being in the closet and coping with it instead of just being themselves. You know, it's a systematic critique. It's not a critique against the identity. You know, that's a very important aspect. But I wonder sometimes if, for example, spaces like that talk very poorly about ladies, for example, don't very unfairly target people that, for example, might struggle with social interactions. And you know, instead of finding people around you that are like, yeah, I also struggle with this. You're perfectly normal. This is acceptable. You know, a lot of people go through this, and it's okay. And you shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. It instead targets them and be like, yeah, it's their fault, and they're bad and evil, and it like feeds into this wild thing where instead of having a supportive surrounding that where you can learn about yourself, it kind of just creates this really aggressive toxicity towards other people. I wonder if that isn't like an aspect of it, you know? And like I said, that's not to blame any specific thing, very much like with the bi priest example. You know, I think that's very important to preface it with, but I wonder if that isn't the case. Like those kind of rhetorics very unfairly target people and gets them down into really bad thought patterns because of it. And it's really sad to see, honestly. It's really sad. And I wish it wasn't the case. You know, those people arguing like the marketplace of ideas and that kind of shit. Well, if that was the case, like many things in history wouldn't have happened if that was like a perfect thing that always worked. Good evening from Germany, Pyro Team. Thank you so very much. Free Wings. I'm going to have to progress 3 pages on a project for my reward. Meaning my bestie after 3 months of not talking. We do be like that. That sounds nice. I do hope you enjoy their company. Ferret, thank you so much for the Royal Lasso. Really appreciate your content. Help me establish boundaries with my parents. I haven't contacted me in years because I came out as trans. That sounds really healthy. I wish you the best of luck. It's always way easier when you're like independent and you have a little bit of an arm's length distance to things. A Silk Dragon, thank you so much. I vote Arcane Clicky knights us with a sword. I might do in a bit. It's on the wall and it's heavy, and I'm already kind of sweaty because it's a warm day. Yes, indeed. It's the way these types of people focus on othering groups they feel have wronged them, but instead of validating and move past it, they hyper-focus on blaming that group and hating them. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. I had a clip, for example, in today's video I recorded, which was a main character video. It was really fun, but one of the clips was like a person who was using a lot of like incel terminology, film himself go up to women and be upset if they didn't like appreciate his advances, so to say. And I am not sure if the video was satire or not, gonna be honest. It was like a little bit too on the nose, you know, when you see a video and they use like, okay, they use a little bit too much of like the meme nomenclature or something, that like, this might be staged. This is like a little bit, it's like 10% too much, you know. But if it weren't staged, it's a pretty wild thing, because it's that kind of stuff where you're othering another group of people to the point where they're kind of treating them as a hive mind, and they have no idea you exist. They're just going about your day, and all of a sudden they have an angry person with a camera in your face being like, why won't you go home with me? And it's like, yeah, that's a pretty good reason why I shouldn't, you know. Yikes. So, yeah, no. Trends do be wild online, aren't they? I want to say your videos make me laugh and smile. I'm having trouble being myself, but your videos make me... Aww, the parents are a pain. I do hope you get through it. As you get older, it does get easier, because you become like peer-to-peers instead of parent to child. That makes it way easier typically. I do hope it gets easier for you. That sucks. Thanks for the presentation. Advice helped a lot. Hell yeah! I'm glad to hear it went well. That is amazing. Advice for setting boundaries. Bit of an odd question, but I feel like you have a lot of wisdom with things like this. It's tricky. Honestly, a lot of the times I've set boundaries, people have like pretty adverse reactions. It depends on the person. But what's important to remember is that if they cut something off because you set a boundary, that's sort of on them. Because if that's what like kills the relationship, then it's not really meant to work. And I think that's an important thing with setting boundaries. You will get negative reactions from it 90% of the time. That is my experience. This has gone with like friends that start doing weird things, or with past partners, or even like family members, or whatever it might be. It's most of the time you will have a bad reaction, at least initially, and that is okay. And you don't necessarily have to like engage with that particularly hard. You're like, no, I'm not okay with this. And then, but really? What? It's not so bad, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, excuses and that kind of stuff. It's like, yeah, but you keep doing this. I'm not okay with it. And then, you know, after they cool off, it's usually fine. Sometimes it's not, but even if it's not, it's kind of good riddance. So that's one important thing with setting boundaries. Most people will make you feel bad about it. And you just ignore that. Your videos make me laugh and smile when I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, that's the one I read. Oogly, thank you so much. Good evening from the UK, you beautiful bean. Mwah. Mwah to you too, you beautiful bean. Oh, yes indeed. I set a boundary with a partner. No pissing in bottles. He really flipped out on me and reconsidered our relationship. Yeah, exactly, yeah. It's like those silly things. And not pissing in bottles seems like a pretty small fix. Do you think growing older has changed how people communicate with you? Yeah, definitely. Age changes a lot. People see you very differently. They take your opinion seriously sometimes. Sometimes they don't. I still experience that sometimes when I have meetings with people that are like advisors, for example. So I've had that kind of stuff with economy-related stuff or banking-related stuff. On occasion, most people are perfectly like fine and pleasant, don't get me wrong. But like on occasion, I have had that like experience where, I think this person believes I'm younger than I actually am. You know, when they're for example 50 plus, and they don't know if you are 30 or 20. You know, all that it's kind of like a blur. You know, at some point. So, and I'm like, the way they talk about this kind of stuff and the way they explain things and the way they assume how much I know. I think they think that I'm like 23. You know, it's a weird feeling. So yeah, definitely people treat you differently when you get older. Click, you're 17. Thank you. Mwah. I mean, I actually had to show my ID at the liquor store the other day. That felt really fucking good. Because in Sweden, you can go to the liquor store when you're 20. So if they believe you can look young... So if they believe that there's any way you could be younger than 20, they have to ask for your ID. And they asked for mine. And I'm like, okay. Bestie, what a compliment. You look young. Yeah, so that felt good. That felt good. Because I was scared, because the time before that I wasn't asked my ID, and I was like, damn, I officially look old, fuck. And then they asked for my ID again. I'm like, oh, thank God. I still look young. Yes. In the US, if you look under 40, they ask. I mean, to be fair, I had a friend in high school who had like receding hairline and a full beard when he was 16. So I guess I understand the reasoning, yeah. Binti, thank you so much for being a lasso, you beautiful being. This one is all for you. Mwah. I went on vacation with my mother, and everyone started asking for my ID and everything, and asked my mom if I could have coffee. Like, are they really above 12? Can they have coffee? I think energy drinks and stuff is like 15 in Sweden, something like that. So, that's wild. Oh my God. What's your favorite Pokemon? Snorlax. It can also be Gibble. Snorlax or Gibble. Preferably both at the same time. I could pass for a teenager into my 30s. I don't think I could pass for a teenager, honestly. I think one thing as well when I record videos is that my lights make me look slightly younger, which is very nice. But it's because I have a triple light setup, right? I have 2 key lights and a ring light in the middle, meaning that the shadows on my face kind of like disappear, which is nice. And then you see a picture of yourself in like bad light, and you're like, fuck, no, why? Having a tough day at school and came home and Click was streaming? Hell yes, welcome in. I do hope you enjoy your stay. I do hope the day gets better from now on. It's not the light, you just look super young. Yes, indeed. Let's see what happens when my hair starts falling out. Now I started realizing at this age, it's very like 50-50. Like half of my friends have started losing hair. Half has not started losing hair. So I'm just waiting to see which one I'm in, you know, which category I'm in. So we'll see. I'll get a transplant. I have a lot of hair in other places. That's gonna be good. I just take a patch of chest hair. Just it's gonna be good, fam. It's gonna be good. A couple of weeks ago during stream, I mentioned losing my cat. Aww. Got a new kitten. His name is Avi. He missed out on being knighted last time. Can you bless him? Okay, I can't resist a kitty. This is an exception. This is the exception. And also the reason for me to show off my sword. Oh, man. Oh, I actually put it up on my... Ah! I put it up on my wall. Fear not, milady. I shall knight thy kitty. Avi, you're now knighted, you little kitty. Be a good kitty, yes indeed. Look at this one. It's so good. I love this sword. Hell yeah. This is the one I bought. I'm very happy. I'm a sword owner now. It's my baby. Sleep with it in the nights. It's really good. It's very cozy. Surprisingly cozy for being a sword. Yes indeed. He sounded like dying. Ding! What a huge sword you have, Mr. Clicky. Thank you, Nia.
Oh, is that just a sword, or are you happy to see me?
It's a sword. I mean, I'm also happy to see you, but it's a sword. Ooh, I can stab things. Clicky, can you give me motivation to finish my notes on the stupid histology presentation I need to finish? I mean, do small pieces of it. Make like a to-do list that is like partial. So like you finish one small part, reward yourself with a break, then do one more part and reward yourself with a break. Burst stuff is usually very good for motivation. That sword will look good with a maid outfit. I think so too. There's nothing like a good sword and a good maid outfit for good murderous vibes. It's a Nazgul sword. It's really cool. Zweihander Nazgul sword. It's very nice. It's really tall. It's like here. Very good. It's heavy as well. It's really heavy. I like it. Makes me feel strong when I carry it. Oh no, I messed up my microphone again. Uh-oh. Okay, good enough, I guess. Ooh, please, please. The craftsmanship is beautiful. It really is. It really is. It's really cool. I like it. The leather work is really well done as well. Like the handle and the leather tying. Everything about it is very high quality. And it's like a legit sparring sword, so you can smack things with this if you want. I could go to like recreational stuff with this and like swing it around. But right now I have it on the wall. It's really nice. Hell yeah. It's cool. I mean, I couldn't not pick it, right? There were a few different short swords to choose from. Like, there were some elven swords, there were some, like, Geralt swords, and then there was the Nazgul one, and I was like, damn, the big black evil one, that's mine. Hell yeah, that was beautiful. Solid pommel, yeah, you can really pommel some stuff with this. Like, ugh. It's like you parry, and then like, you know, that's how you do it. Hell yeah. It's really good, love it. I'm gonna put it over here now. Then I also have this one. It's a bit less impressive, but more easy to handle. Yippee. A Maid Knight, just like the Noelle from Genshin Impact. No idea who that character is, but probably yes. Absolutely gorgeous. Thanks for all the videos. Even 18 months after finding your channel, they're still helping me grow past drama and realize boundaries are good. That's amazing, Ebenezer. Thank you so much for the 5. Goggles, thank you so much for the 55 try. A bit off topic, but I think you have old Turkic on your ring. Check it out. Oh, maybe. That would be really cool. Yeah, maybe a couple of the symbols are actually. I'm gonna look into it. That is really cool. Hell yeah. Binna, thank you so much for being a lasso, you beautiful bean. Sarah T, thank you so much for the 10. Couple of weeks. Oh yeah, that was the kitty. Oh, the kitty's now knighted. Oh, that's absolutely amazing. Knight, thank you so much for the 1. And Tiger Lily, thank you for the 5. I was kicked out of a bar because they thought my ID was fake, and I look too young. I'm almost 30. I mean, that's kind of like, what would you even call that? Like, malicious compliments. It's like, yeah, you got kicked out, but it's still a compliment, you know? Is that just a malicious compliment? I think it is. Do you like Renaissance fairs? The local Renaissance fair this weekend, and they have a new sword shop. They have a Thundercat sword I really want. That is so cool. I haven't been to a lot of Renaissance fair, to be honest. I've been to a lot of like farmer-related fairs and that kind of stuff, and conventions, but not a Renaissance fair, not yet. How do we smell click? Great. Bestie, if you need a photographer for the maid photo shoot, I will fly to Sweden. Hell yeah. For reference, click is 3.5. Yeah, the sword is actually this big. It's like a butter knife. I'm just really small. I'm big in the fandom and a Discord of an American indie rock pop singer-songwriter. Very inclusive and positive, real safe space. But recently there have been a few statements by other... I think that was half a message. Alright. I think I missed like the punchline, so to say. Had several hundreds of pounds of steel roll across my foot at work last night. Can you smell me to cheer my foot up? It's very angry with me. Ryan, even your foot smells amazing, even in its current state. I hope it recovers fast, so your feet can take you into amazing places. That sounds awful. I do hope you recover quickly. What do you think of blowhigh? I have a blowhigh. It's very good. Emotional support demon with a sword. With a big Zweihander. My quite religious mom liked the demon keychain. She didn't know it was a demon. I didn't tell her. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell them everything, you know? It's perfectly fine. Is this a demon? No, it's just a red angel. This is what they actually looked like in the Bible verses. Actually, absolutely amazing. A click plush with a sword and armor. Oh, yes, indeed. It's gonna be like extra clothes you can buy for it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna have a whole merch line of just plushies with swords. Also, the subreddit is dedicated to I can fix him. Wait, what? Any name ideas for me? Spooder Pet? Oh my god, Spooderman? Or Man Spooder? That's great. Okay, I would name it probably something cute. Like Plob. Or Blorp. Or Bloop. Maybe Bloop. Bloop is a good Spooder name. And Nolia, thank you so much for another 5 gifts and memberships. You beautiful being. This one is all for you. Mwah. Any chance there will ever be a black ESD with rainbow horns? That would be cool. I'm not sure about like a whole black, but maybe like a dark gray. You know, completely black would be difficult to make. But I was thinking about releasing a few different colors for the ESD in the future. Like one that is, for example, purple, another that is like dark gray, for example, like blackish, but not like, you know, hard black. What else? Maybe like a yellow, if it's not too screamy. Stuff like that. I think it could be really cool. But that's a bit of a future project. Random, but I think I found your channel 2 or 3 years ago on an old account. Your channel got me through the darkest points. Aww. Thank you so much for the 25 aid. Augustes. I think I nailed that name. I do hope you're doing better. Thank you very much. Dylan Ben, thank you so much for being a last year beautiful being. Click starts a plushie empire with clothes and accessories. We all become broke cash. That's how we do it. Money was made to be spent. Will the different colors support different emotions? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. The green one supports nausea. Nausea is a good emotion. The red one supports absolute rage. Especially the gay rage. That'd be beautiful. That'd be beautiful. Am I the only one who's looking forward to Click learning swordplay ASMR content? Hey everyone, welcome to Click Stab ASMR. Today we're gonna listen to me stab this training dummy. Yes indeed, can you feel the tingles? Yes indeed. Why aren't you watching Sweden VM? I am very not interested if I'm gonna be honest. I have a friend who's probably interested though. He's watching for me. It's okay. Hunger has been officially recognized as an emotion, so nausea? Maybe. I mean, hangry is definitely emotion. Your videos didn't take me through any of my dark times. Okay. I also have ADHD and not sure if I had any. Was that supposed to be had or hadn't? I'm confused now. For someone who's colorblind, you can really coordinate colors really well. Honestly, I've just kind of learned the color spectrum in Photoshop. So even though I struggled to tell apart like some green and reds and sometimes blue and purple and stuff, I just know that, you know, oh, somewhere between the pink and the teal, that's where the purple is, and further towards the teal is the more like clean blue. That I just sort of learned the spectrum. I can't actually tell the difference all the time. Silly pen. I have to fidget with it, otherwise I don't remember how to speak. Your hair looks amazing. Thank you so very much, you beautiful bean. My darn YouTube is missing out on my notifications. Hi, click. Hello, random internet stranger. You're also southern. I do hope you enjoy it. Click, the training dummy, has a trans cat girl cousin and now is coming for you. Oh no, that is so scary. Handed in my notice in work, time for a change. Not sure what I'm going to do, but embracing the change. That is really healthy, I think. That is really healthy. I remember how freeing it was to, like, quit jobs I no longer enjoyed and, like, move on to greener pastures. It's always a very liberating feeling, isn't it? It's quite nice. Silly clown version of the emotional support team. Click a gender goals. Oh, yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know just how to warm my little heart. You were the 1000th like, number 1000 like. Hell yeah. Everyone should like the stream. Let's see if it actually makes a difference. You should totally like the stream right now. I like watching numbers go up even if they don't really do anything. Oh, yes, indeed. It went up by 3. Yes. Yes. More. Oh, wow. It went up by like 50. Holy shit. Okay, that was actually a huge jump. I was like, ooh, it went from 5 to 8. And then like, boom. That's amazing. Wow, look at that. Now I went up by like another, oh my god, that's a lot of likes. Hell yeah. Whole 3 likes. Almost at 1,000, which actually at 1,100 now. That's very cool. Oh my god. 1,200. Oh my god. We're getting so many likes. That is absolutely beautiful. Any wisdom for when you have to let go of high school friendships because you feel like you've grown too different? Honestly, in my experience, most friendships end sooner or later. That's like a thing. There are very few people you will know your entire life, if any. Knowing people your entire life is actually kind of uncommon. And in my experience, you usually lose like 80-90% of your friends when you switch life chapters. So when I graduated high school, I don't really hang out with a lot of high school friends anymore. And same thing with uni. Like I have like 5 besties from uni that I still hang out with on the regular, and then a few more I like bump into by extension at like bigger events or, you know, New Year parties and that kind of stuff. But I think that's normal. I think it's normal. And if you feel like you outgrown stuff, I think that if you like just show up for less things, if you are less interested, usually that guides your actions in the long run, and you start engaging with other things instead. I think friendships usually have a very natural course, if that makes sense. They usually just kind of fade out if they're no longer relevant. Foxbrush, thank you so very much. I finally got my glow-in-the-dark emotional supporting after my sister held it hostage for a few weeks. It's so cute and such a perfect squish. Love how its back feet are also backwards. Like, yes, it is. It is, I know. Some people are complaining like, is that a mistake? I'm like, no, I just thought it was cool. Graduated high school a few years ago and didn't really have any friends from there anymore. We just kind of grew apart. Yeah, I think in high school you're still so young, and people after high school really do this. You know, they head in all sorts of different directions. They move to different cities, they study different things, and whenever they get new friend groups that, you know, take up their time, and they have more things in common with. So moving on from old friendships, it's quite normal. It's fun to have some friends that have been with you for a long time, but for the most part, most friends you're gonna have are usually newer. I'm in touch only with one of my high school friends. Yeah, there you go. I'm in touch with a few, but most of them I knew from before high school. They're like childhood friends that happen to go to the same high school, you know? I don't think I have any friends from high school that I met in high school that I still hang out with regularly. I have a few ones I could probably hit up and do some stuff with because, like, we used to be close, but no one I, like, meet on the regular, I would say. And I think that's normal. I'm still friends with 2 people from high school at age 30, but the 2 people I speak to the most now are from another country who have never met IRL. That's also pretty common. A lot of my friends nowadays I've never met. Like, most of the online friends I haven't ever met. I have met a couple of people from the online world, but not many. I think it's just, yeah, like a couple. And that's about it. Most of them I haven't met. I'm going to be graduating high school at the end of the month. Can I get a celebration for someone named Scarlett? Scarlett, that is absolutely amazing. Now life begins. Have a fun graduation, and party carefully, and enjoy yourself. Oh, yes, indeed. Have you met OT IRL? I haven't. No. We were supposed to meet up back in like April of 2020, but then the pandemic hit, and then all of our schedules have just been a complete mess. So we just never really happened. I think it's also complicated to travel to. I think it would be more easier to meet like my creator friends if we, for example, decided like, oh, we're all going to this VidCon, for example, together, and we like rent a place together and we hang out there. I think that's easier because I think one of the difficulties is that it's difficult to like, for example, host your friends that long, because it's kind of a long travel, so like you would want to stay a week or two at least, and I don't think any of us really have the space to do so. I mean, we can end up, I mean, you can stay at like an Airbnb nearby, I suppose, but it's not really the same feeling. So you should all go to Svalbard. I've been meaning to go there. That'd be really cool. Hell yeah. So the tricky stuff. You're legit the male version of my teacher. She's awesome, by the way. Hell yeah. Oh, yes, indeed. Shout out to teacher. You're gonna do the fanfic live stream? When I have enough fanfic materials, and I have schedules that like align with people who want to partake in it. So it's like, it depends on some stuff that I can't entirely control, so I can't promise any exact time. Hot tub stream when? Oh, I should do another hot tub stream, they're fun. Hey Click, I would like to really thank you for being so awesome and really helping me through my day. When I've been down, you've always made it better. That's so sweet, Chessborger. I do hope you have a nice day. Welcome in. Blowhigh running for president? Yeah, would have my vote. I mean, honestly, a stuffed animal isn't that bad compared to the candidates we have to choose from, right? So, I mean, I think the stuffed animal would have my vote. You know? Maybe create your own event, like a fan meet and greet, or live gaming. A lot of creators have done something similar. Yeah, the only reason why I've met a lot of fans on like conventions, or when I'm like casually traveling and that kind of stuff. It's always a lot of fun. The only thing I have always been skeptical of doing is, and I'm not sure if that's me being overly careful, or if it's just something I've learned from like bad experiences, but I don't like telling people where I'm going to be, if that makes sense. Because that's when the people who might have like nefarious intentions actually seek you out, you know? If you go somewhere where you know that, there'll probably be fans here, you know, if I go to a VidCon or a Comic-Con or something like that, I know that there's gonna be people there that recognize me, and that's really fun. But they also don't know I'm going to be there, you know? So people that have like weird intentions are much less likely to bump into me, if that makes sense, because they can't like seek you out. And just mathematically speaking, most people aren't going to have bad intentions, so if you bump into people without planning it, then it's always going to be good interactions, if that makes sense. So I'll see. Maybe I'll do something like that in the future. I'd probably do it together with someone else in that case, maybe. But, I don't know. If a fan offered to buy you some drinks, would you accept, or would that sound creepy to you? Not creepy. No, that's not the word I would use. No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. That sounds cute. But I think I'm still not sure if I would accept, but it depends on the context, you know? It's like, if you're vibing in a pub after a VidCon, and someone is like, hey, I like your videos, can I buy you a beer? It's like, that's one thing. But, you know, specifically going to meet up with a fan to have a drink, it's like, that can be taken the wrong way, you know? So I suppose it depends. You know, it really depends. But I'm not sure if I wouldn't call it creepy, unless it's like a very, creepy way of doing it, if that makes sense. I would still be cautious about that. Yeah, me too. Because you don't really know who people are. Not really. Will you play Cult of the Lamb? Ooh, I should do that. They have some updates, don't they? That was a lot of fun. I did complete the boss, and I'm like in hard mode, I think. Political opinion on cheese? Cheese is good stuff. I would vote for cheese. Yes, indeed. Don't get drooged, click. Exactly. That's like one of the concerns. But like the thing is that if someone buys you a drink, get it from the bar. Like I don't think I would ever drink anything someone handed me that I didn't see get poured myself, you know? If someone just comes to my table randomly and be like, hey, here's a drink for you, I like your videos. Like, yeah, thanks, but I'm not gonna drink this, you know? So, you know, if it's like, if you're standing at the bar and it's like, yeah, let me buy you a beer, and they just pop their card and you see the bartender pour it and hand it to you directly, it's like, that's perfectly fine, you know? So I think it's just general pub safety logic. Yeah, dude, anyone can be roofied and robbed, yeah, for sure. Get roofied and have your YouTube channel hacked, hell yeah. What a vibe. Here's a drink I've had unlimited time to do something with, yeah, definitely. That's, nah. Not having any of that. I mean, it's another thing, for example, if someone orders you a drink. That's a thing, like the bartender or server, depending on the place you're at, comes to your table with the drink. Like, that's one thing, because then it hasn't touched anyone in between, you know? That's also like a version that would be fine. My god, this got dark, my bad. Yeah, I think it's good to talk about that kind of stuff. It's like good practice when you're out and about. It's, most people aren't evil, but there's enough of them out there that you need to be careful, because you encounter enough people in a day or at a party where there is a decent likelihood that a couple are gonna be really bad apples, you know? I caught it live instead of being told Clicky was streaming 8 hours after the stream, and hell yeah. Yeah, I did try today to like pop a couple of notifications in like the community post and the Discord and stuff. We'll see if that works, because I always have a crap load of comments after my streams, but like, oh my god, I not notification afterwards. So we'll see if that helps, or if it doesn't really make a difference. We'll see. There's this lyric from a YouTuber. I saw someone looking at me intensely. Is it a fan or is it a hater? They're pulling something out of their pocket. Is it a phone or is it a knife? Yeah, sort of, yeah. Luckily, I don't think I'm at that level of clout where people would... where haters would care enough. Most haters I've had so far has been kind of in passing, you know? And that's quite nice. But you never know, of course. And you never know what you don't know. If, like, that kind of stuff sounds paranoid, but you don't. So, yeah, that's sort of why I've gone around the way. I mean, I've dealt with... Even if it isn't that serious, like, you know, freaking stabberoonie vibes, I have dealt with stalking and that kind of shit in the past, and I just kind of treat YouTube the same way I treated my socials in private, really, when I was being stalked before YouTube. So I think that kind of logic that I learned those years sort of works pretty well when you're a YouTuber. It's the kind of thing where, you know, if you post a picture to social media, post it after you left the place, for example. That's something I always do. Or don't tell people where you're going, so, you know, someone with shady intentions can't wait for you to get there. It's those kind of stuff, you know? Stuff that keeps you safe when the online world is the way it is. Did you ever have any misprints in the plushies when they were in production? And so, did you keep them? I haven't seen any misprints myself. I have seen a couple of people get misprints, but they get replacements if they ask for them. So, I don't have any myself, no, sadly. It would be kind of cool to have one. Like, you know, a freaking demon with a backwards ear or something. That's pretty cool. Someone asked the questions about permission for an ESD tattoo. If you want to get an ESD tattoo, that's like my pleasure. That is amazingly cool. You can do an event with holograms? Hell yeah. Or like a VR chat. Thank you so much for your work. Your videos honestly have kept me going on my worst days. Thank you for being a comfort and friend, a safe space when everything sucks. That is so sweet. Welcome in. I do hope you enjoy your stay. Even though I don't share most personal info, my surname is very rare, so it's waiting for a dox to happen if I were to share it. It's always good to, like, not share everything that's, like, trackable online, if that makes sense. Like, one thing I did quite a while ago is just disconnect, like, phone numbers from names and stuff in all phone books and that kind of thing, because it means that And that's not just for YouTube thing, it's just general internet safety, you know? So that's a pretty nice thing to do. Like, it's that feeling where, for example, if, you know, oh, you have an email that gets hacked and you have your phone somewhere on your email. Well, even if some weird person has your phone number, then they can't find your name, for example. It's just kind of a nice feeling that everything isn't connected, you know? So even if one piece of stuff is leaked, it doesn't mean that everything is. And that's quite nice. But that's like general. That doesn't just go for creators, that's like general internet safety. Request takedowns of all your crap on all phone book websites and that kind of trash, because it's garbage. Click, do you like Delphine? Like Belle Delphine? I think she's really smart when it comes to marketing. She's a very entertaining person to watch because of how she just manipulates like the market. It's really interesting to observe. I think it's kind of funny. Like, sometimes on the internet you see those people when you watch from a distance and you're just like, damn, yeah, they have it figured out. They know how to play the game, you know? Skyrim Delphines. Is that even a thing? What are you talking about? I love Belle Delphine, how clever she is with marketing. Yeah, it's really cool to observe people like that like really know what they're doing. Delphine from Skyrim. Oh, is that like the... Is that the one that invites you to the Blades questline? Is that the one named Delphine? It's been a while since I played through Skyrim. The leader of the Blades. Oh yeah, it is the one. Meh. I always thought they were kind of toxic when they were like, you need to kill the dragon that learned how to not be evil. You're asking me to kill the one dragon that isn't bad. Are you insane? I just downloaded the mod that made you bypass that dialogue. So I just installed the mod, went back to Delphine, and they were like, you should kill Parthenax, and I'm like, nah. And they're like, okay, fine, let's do the quest anyway. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Have you tried Elder Scrolls Online? Not really. I never tried it myself. I had a couple of friends play it, but they told me their experience was basically that you just ran into paywalls all the time. I'm not sure if it's still the same, but yeah. But he's such a good dragon. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, we don't need ads. Goddamn YouTube. Cease. It's a Bethesda game? The answer is they're kind of insane. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. What's your opinion on alter humans? I'm not sure if I know what that is. The funny thing about Blades in Skyrim is they don't follow their own rules. They say they follow the Dragonborn, but force the Dragonborn to do something against their own will. Yeah, I know. It's kind of like hypocritical, isn't it? I love Skyrim. It's so good. It's that kind of game that I really need to, like, I need to let it rest for like 3 years. And then I forget enough about it that it's like really cool to get back into. AAA games have truly fallen off. Yeah. Most of the games I have enjoyed recently are games that are like indie studios. Like, for example, Helldivers was really good. I did actually get into Fallout 76 a bit, but it's not like... I enjoy Fallout 76, don't get me wrong, but it's not an amazing game, you know? It's like that kind of like... It's like the Hobbit movies, you know? I enjoy the Hobbit movies, they don't live up to the trilogy, you know? It's that sort of feeling. It's like you can enjoy something without like... You can find it enjoyable without it being like a creative masterpiece, if that makes sense. Fallout 76 has the telescope. That's all I know about it. But yeah, Fallout 4 is really good. I like Fallout 4. The previous Fallouts are really good. Skyrim is really good. And I mean, other old Oblivion games are also really good. But the further back you go, of course, the more simple they are. So it's more about nostalgia, I suppose. But they're still really good games. You play Baldur's Gate? No, I haven't actually. I haven't played Baldur's Gate. I think it's that kind of game that I'm gonna get too hooked on if I start. And I can't afford that kind of time right now. V-Rising is also good. I like V-Rising. It's really cool. Lethal Company is a really cool game. Love playing that with friends. Raft is a game I like a lot. The replayability, of course, is a bit limited, but it's really cool. What else? Valheim is amazing. So like a lot of the like top games I've had over the past few years that I enjoy the most are games that are just indie studios. You know, Valheim, V-Rising, Helldivers, Lethal Company. Those are like really like A-tier games, S-tier games that are made by sometimes one person and sometimes just a small indie studio. And then you have AAA games that are always, yeah, they just seem to be getting worse. I don't know, it feels like they're trying to like just master a formula. They're going kind of like the mobile gaming route did, but not quite as extreme. But it's still like kind of that soullessness when you can feel the game just trying to optimize the grinding or optimize the money making or whatever. It's difficult to explain, but just when you feel like the game no longer has a soul, it's just mechanics to make money. Elden Ring was a really good AAA game. Elden Ring is amazing because it falls outside of that formula. You can tell that they were like legitimately just trying to make a really good game with a fuckload of bosses, a lot of game mechanics, a lot of cool weapons, voice line stories, etc., and just a really beautifully designed world. Elden Ring DLC coming up next month. Oh my god, I'm looking forward to it. I've already been preparing a character together with a friend of mine. We were like, okay, we're gonna gather this, we're gonna get a larval tier so we can respec to try the new weapons, we're gonna do this and this. So like we've already like hyped and like prepped our characters for when the DLC drops. I love Baldur's Gate 3, but definitely do not start if you get obsessed with games. Yeah, that's sort of what I feel. It's like I'm obsessed enough with like Helldivers and Fallout 76. If I start playing Baldur's Gate 3, I'm not gonna get any video work done for like a month. Don't make games to make money to make games. I think the problem is that so much of the larger gaming industry has been controlled by like what investors want, you know, just the money makers, you know, return on investment and the stockholders and the shareholders, blah blah blah. And then like the studio just get like messed up because they're just getting pushed to optimize it. You saw the same thing recently with Sony fucking around with Helldivers. That was really bad. That was really bad, and it's so stupid. It's like, yeah, we showed this game, but now you have to link your PlayStation account. That very often gets like hacked and information leaked. That's fun, but on top of that, not even every country where people play Helldivers can even make a PlayStation profile. And then you break TOS if you like VPN it, and then they can just delete everything, and bada bing, bada boom, you lose what you paid for because you had to do this to play the game you already bought when they changed the freaking requirement. Woo! Then they actually did backtrack it, but I still think they removed Helldivers from some of the countries, which is really bad. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Sony, they really dropped the ball on that one. But that's what happens when they just, you know, bypass any logic for, you know, the gameplay experience or what the creative studio wants, and then they just like, okay, how can we pad numbers? Let's force a bunch of Steam player to make PSN accounts for no reason. Great, good way to pad numbers. Wow, that's like just empty statistics. Yuck. Can you finish the game Raft, please? I think I did, but I'm not sure if I uploaded like the last couple of episodes. I'm like that with those kind of games sometimes. When it only becomes like story pushing the last hour, I kind of get bored. I very much like the building and crafting and like all that kind of stuff. Sony's stock show how bad of a decision it was. Good. Good. Make an example so like studios don't do that shit to like good indie developers. Finally got to support Demon. Hell yeah, that is amazing. Play Subnautica? I did play Subnautica way back in the day. Way back in the day when it was still like early alpha or something. But I haven't picked it up since like the story was fleshed out. I really should. Do you have any suggestions for someone who wants to try out PC games? I mean specifically PC games. I would go for like RTS stuff in that case. That's really cool. Like Age of Empires or something. That's amazing. Classic. So many people wrote negative reviews when the Sony stuff happened too. Yeah, it was like really fascinating to see how all reviews on Steam just changed from overwhelmingly positive to overwhelmingly negative. It was like 100,000 reviews overnight or something. It was nuts. An ad for Stray, and now I want it. Stray is pretty cute. It's a pretty cute game. How many art pieces do you have on the wall behind you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Roughly 90, I think. I love the taste of uranium. Has a lot of calories. It's good stuff. Would very much like to get an emotional support team, but my mom checks my packages and would disapprove. Oh, that is so sad. That is so sad. It's silly, the kind of stuff people get upset about. Oh my god, it's a little red dude with horns. Oh my god, wow. You should play Smash Ultimate on stream. I should though. I need to get a Switch, honestly. I love Smash. Have you ever had an encounter with someone who tried to hurt you? You mean like physically? I mean, yeah, I guess. A few times. I mean, I've never had anyone that like tried to stab me or anything like that, but yeah, I've encountered a few like violent drunk people and stuff. That has happened. Funnily enough, no, most of the time they're kind of small. For some reason. I don't know why that is. It's a bit weird. You don't have a Switch? I don't. I have a GameCube emulator. Sword dudes hiding in the alley. That's amazing. I miss GameCube. I have a GameCube as well. Oh, it's so good. It's such nostalgia vibes. Although once you start playing with the emulator, it's difficult to go back to the original, because with the emulator you can really like crisp up the graphics, and you can just get any game you want without having to buy super pricey retro discs. So it's much more accessible, and you can just buy, you know, replica GameCube controllers on like Amazon or something for, you know, $10 a pop or whatever. It's called being short-tempered. Thank you, guys. Would you like a sword, or do you have one? I have one. It's very good. I like this sword. It's very big. It's very heavy. It's very heavy and cool. I love my sword. It's very good. It's very good. Give it to me. No, it's mine. It's mine. I love my sword. Hell yeah, it's really good. It's really good stuff. Do you have a sheath for your sword? I don't. I don't actually have a sheath for it. But maybe I should get one like custom made. That'd be really cool. But I really like hanging it on the wall without the sheath. Like I have a couple of hooks here that are really nice. So I put it on the wall above my shelves with all my plushies and stuff. It looks amazing. It looks so good. So yeah, that's where it lives right now. It's so good. A display case? Nah, it's just hanging on the wall on a couple of hooks. The smile when he swings his sword is awesome. Yes, indeed. Everyone should have a sword. That's how you do it, baby. That's how you do it. The black steel is nice. It's really nice. It's a Nazgul sword. It's a Nazgul replica. So good. So freaking cool. I love it. And it's very big. 130 centimeters. It's really cool. Proper like long sword. Does it work? Is it sharp? It's not sharp. Otherwise I wouldn't put it on my shoulder like this. It's a sparring sword, which means that it's not sharp, but it is constructed as like a real sword. You can't spar with it. You can't smack things with it. It's made to be able to do like sword fighting and stuff with, and it doesn't break. So it's made to like legitimately fight with, but it's not sharp. So it's not like an actual weapon in that way. Get sponsored by Mini Katana. Sword sponsors. Hell yeah, that'd be cool. Hello, Funi man. You're amazing. Get paid, Demon Boy. Thank you so much. Shall you beautiful being this one for you? Mwah. Yes, indeed. So what type would you say it is in a FromSoft game? I mean, this is definite, like, you know, a Zweihander kind of. Very classic. It's not like a colossal sword, but it's not a one-handed sword. So I would say it's Zweihander territory. It's like a great sword. I would say, in a FromSoft context. I have 13 swords, 2 sets of 3. Tanto, Wakisai, yeah, I probably nailed that one, katana, and the rest are just replicas from movies and games. That's really cool. That is really cool. Hell yeah. My boyfriend has 2 swords that are constructed like that, a katana and a shorter sword. They're hanging on his wall in our room. Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool. Would you ever cosplay? I am thinking about getting like a full costume around this sword, honestly. It would be really cool. A full Nazgul cosplay around this. With like the robes and the armor and the creepy gloves. I think that could be really cool. Reading You Look Cute is really something I needed. I'm going through a rough time, and even little things like a title of, "Aww, I do hope you feel good, and you are a cutie." Yeah. As a fellow Swede, what are the laws around owning a sword? I mean, a sword like this isn't sharp, so it doesn't count as a weapon. It falls into the same classification as like a tool, basically. So there's no like licensing or anything for having just a non-sharp sword. It's just a metal stick, basically. If you want to have a sharp sword, I don't know. That you would have to read up on. But like unsharpened swords doesn't really count as a weapon. I imagine it falls into the same category as like a BB gun, you know? I performed as a professional sideshow sword swallower, so the only swords I have go down my throat. Oh my god, that's amazingly cool. Hell yeah. Your videos are my emotional support? Hell yeah. Have you heard a story about the crazy sword wielding Swede saves people somewhere in the US? What? That sounds amazing. Ah yes, it's not a sword, it's just a butter knife / letter opener. Well, I suppose it falls into the same category as like any, you know, replica kind of stuff that doesn't actually function as a real weapon. You know, like I have another like airsoft that is basically a gun replica, you know? The same thing there. I mean, this one isn't sharp, that one doesn't fit real bullets, you know? It just looks real. Watching old videos, and I must say the old No I Get the Boat videos are gold. I am working on the second channel to like recompile some of those videos and making like cool collections of them. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, and also some videos that used to be up on Patreon while I still have that, I'm like currently re-editing it, so you should see it come up on the second channel that I mass spammed in the chat right now. So go sub to that channel if you wanna see some like old school clicky shenanigans. It's gonna be good. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's like a fun side project because we have so many old videos on the channel that can really use like a compilation touch-up, you know? Just going through it, sort out old jokes that like are not really relevant anymore. Like a lot of those videos had, you know, COVID jokes and that in it, which is like, you know, they were fun, but it's kind of a thing of the past. So I'm kind of re-editing them to make them a bit more modern, if that makes sense. So I think it's gonna be cool. I'm currently just waiting for the review on the first video that's gonna come up, but it's probably gonna take a while because I don't think that channel is like prioritized like the main ones. It might take a few days. It's legal to own swords in Sweden, but they may not be taken out into public spaces, at least not without special permission. Yeah, so like knives, basically. Man who fought in World War II with nothing but an ancient sword, bagpipes, and an ancient sword, and lived to tell the tale. Hell yeah. I've been rewatching the Untitled Goose Game. Oh my god, they're so fun. They're so fun. I love Untitled Goose Game. It's really cool. It's really cool. Don't you think having the outdated jokes be a nice retrospective video to have? Maybe. Maybe. On some occasions, I suppose. But not that prevalent. Oh, I meant bow and arrow, but I'm tired. Oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. Can you take it out in public for a cosplay? I mean, probably. I don't imagine anyone would. I mean, if you're obviously walking around with a cosplay and you take out like a sparring sword for going into like a convention, I don't think anyone is gonna like see it as weird. The security guards at the entrance would probably want to check so it's not actually sharp or whatever. that makes sense. But I mean, aside from that, I don't imagine it would be an issue. I don't think so. I mean, I've seen people walking around conventions with like airsoft guns as well, you know, when they cosplay, you know, Second World War soldiers and stuff, and that doesn't seem to be an issue. So I imagine like a non-sharp sword would be less of an issue than that. I once got to hold an actual 16th century longsword. It was surprisingly lightweight compared to the ones I used for sparring. That is nuts. That is really cool. Have you ever been to Merca? Yeah, I have been. A few times. Not particularly recently, but a bunch of years ago, yeah. Baking stream? Oh my god. Cooking Swedish meatballs. There are safety checks if you bring weapons to a convention. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, probably. Airsoft guns, swords out of wood, metal replicas are prohibited on German cons, as a fun fact. Really? Oh, that is interesting. That is interesting. Then maybe I have to get like a plastic sword or something for for like a convention cosplay, I suppose. But here I think you're allowed to, I imagine, since they were literally selling the swords inside the convention. You know, you can just buy it and walk around with it, so I imagine it's not forbidden. But yeah, I guess it depends on like the region, the place, and the event. So, and also but if you need like permits or like check it ahead of time maybe. One of the conventions I have been to around here would only accept weapons if they were buffer approved. What does that mean? Would you consider D&D to be a lifestyle? Yes. Yes, indeed. Like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to have a picket fence life with kids, or do you want to travel the world? Or no, D&D. D&D. I think my partners are jealous of you because I found that I had to subscribe to your channel again. My god. Have they seen the sword, though? Have they seen the sword? Speaking of jealousy. Passing by to wish you well. Love your work, especially when I'm looking for something to enjoy while doing other things. Thanks. Bunches, my dude. Hell yeah. I do hope you have an amazing day. What D&D alignment are you? I'm usually some kind of like a chaotic thing. It's very fun. Almost got my meat hammer prop taken away until they realized it's all just foam and let me through after checking my safe head helmet. Did the keeper from the evil within. Oh my god. Nah, this foam is too dangerous. Buffer equals LARP fighting, like making a sword out of foam or using Nerf darts. Ah, I see. Yeah, only like soft stuff that wouldn't actually hurt even if you smacked someone with it. I get it. Yeah, that makes sense. It's basically like toy grade stuff, I suppose. Normally chaotic neutral, the best alignment. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Genuinely funny because they circled me as well. Oh my god, that's amazing. You better watch out for my foam hammer. Yes, indeed. Isn't it the norm for conventions to make your own weapons for safety? No idea. I've never really cosplayed for conventions that intensely. I've dressed up in some nerdy stuff sometimes, like nerdy shirts and things, but not like a full cosplay. Not something that would involve craft a sword from latex or something. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you know, a plastic sword or a foam sword that like might look decent from a distance, but like when you get up to it, it's very obviously like, you know, a flaily fake. You try to be chaotic evil in D&D because you're autistic and you have to settle for your personal alignment, chaotic neutral. Some cons here in the US don't allow any kind of airsoft gun, even if it's welded to not be able to use anymore. Yeah, I mean, I can imagine. You know, the US has its problems with events and pew-pews, so I imagine anything that would make it easier to blend in pew-pews, you know, is good to avoid. Probably really can't walk into a grocery store with your sword in a sheath, but that should be a thing. Compare swords in the produce section. Yeah, indeed. Can you just imagine like bumping into your neighbor in the produce and be like, hey, yeah, fuck, nice sword, bro. Oh, you too, bro. Hell yeah, what a good sword. And that's amazing. We just compliment each other's swords all day. I think everyone would be happier. YouTube has unsubscribed me from your channel. Did this only happen to me? It happens sometimes. It's weird. I don't know exactly why, but I do hear it from people from time to time that YouTube just randomly unsubscribes them. It's odd. I'm not sure if it's like a anti-spam bot that goes haywire sometimes. It's weird, but double check if you aren't subscribed to the channel. Subscribe now. Yes, indeed. Don't miss out on the amazing content of me reading memes sometimes. No, it's actually quite a good time. It's actually quite a good time. So you should double check it. It's good stuff. YouTube sometimes tries to subscribe me to things without permission as well. That is so weird. I wonder if they do that because, like, the channels they subscribe you to are, like, they have fancier ads, for example, so they try to get people to watch stuff that would make them more money. Maybe. That's something I could imagine happening. Unsubscribes and deletes comments. What is YouTube doing? Yeah, that's something I've seen too. I've had people like be angry at me sometimes, be like, "Why did you delete my comment?" Like, I never delete comments unless it's like obvious spam. You know, I delete comments from like sex bots and like obvious stuff that is like if you spam slurs in my comment section, that's gonna go bye. But you know, aside from that, I don't really delete comments. So that's it's pretty wild. YouTube also unsubscribes me a lot too. Yeah, it's weird, right? Isn't it? It's odd. YouTube bonkers 90% of the time. Yeah, YouTube has some quirks. I don't even think YouTube themselves know exactly how YouTube works nowadays. I think it's just so complex that no one really understands how anything works, honestly. YouTube algorithms become weird as of late. I have had some really weird suggestions in my timeline. It's really freaking weird. Like, the most of the things I watch on YouTube is like some gaming videos, some commentary videos. I watch like what else? Some documentary stuff. I watch a couple of like workout channels. That's typically like what my homepage looks like now. But all of a sudden, I started getting a surprising amount of suggested videos that are obviously like, how should I even frame it? Like, for example, haul videos that are very obviously just very poorly conceived, like naughty content, which is really weird because it's not videos I ever watch or am the least bit interested in. But all of a sudden, it's like you just have a full-on butt on your homepage, and it's like, what is this? I watch like gaming videos and like workout routines. Like, what the fuck? It's so weird. And YouTube lets it stay up for some reason. It's so wild. If you say frick on YouTube, they demonetize you. But if you put like a butt squeezed against the thumbnail, that's fine, I suppose. Odd. Really odd. YouTube kept throwing me videos with like little amount of views from channels I never watched before. That's something that started happening to me too. Yeah, that happened to me too. That is so strange. Sometimes I would get like a commentary video about some topic I've never heard of on my homepage, and it has like 17 views. It's like, what? Like, it's not a viral video. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's good that YouTube are supporting small creators, so don't get me wrong, that's actually good, but it's really random because it's both a very unknown video and about a topic I haven't actually indulged in, you know? Really weird. Really weird. It literally shows me alpha male content sometimes. As a queer woman who watches people make fun of incels and those types of people, it's just like, are you sure you don't wanna? Okay, maybe tomorrow. Huh. They switched up the algorithm to show these vids with little engagement. Yeah. Are you referring to Elsagate? No, it's not really Elsagate. This is something else. Elsagate was more very specific stuff that was like disguised as almost kids content. It was like very childish cosplay, like Spider-Man and stuff. But you know, the undertone of the video was obviously like very naughty and weird. That was like the whole thing. And no, this is different. This is just stuff that is things I would expect to see in like the hot tub section on Twitch, but all of a sudden it's like on the homepage. It's weird. Cora Luna, thank you so much. YouTube, I won't let you know when sub-channel uploaded. Also YouTube, watch this mental health channel you don't watch because it's really hip. Yeah, sometimes YouTube be like that. Like, hey, have you seen this thing? Like, what? Damien, thank you so much. Mwah. Alpha male content and click fans Venn diagram. Oh my. Well, we're all very alpha here, aren't we, Chad? Yes, indeed. The Silk Dragon, thank you so much. I came here for your compost. Bell is useless. Awesome. Hell yeah, it actually works. The community post works a little bit. maybe it will catch some of the people that the bell doesn't work for. I hope so. I hope so. Will you release emotional support demon keychains again? Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, I'll do so in the future. It will be really fun. John Smith, thank you so much for gifting a sub. And John, thank you so much for the 20. YouTube will demonetize video about asexuals. Yeah, it's very ironic, isn't it? It's like, haha, the joke is that we don't do naughties. And then it's like, that's talking about naughties too much. Demonetized. But leaves up baby monkey channel vids of animals that are clearly abused off camera and pooping on camera and other horrors. Someone at YouTube is dingling berries to... Yeah, definitely. YouTube has always been weird with what they smack down, so to say. Like, I have seen videos on YouTube that are just straight up, like, straight up stuff you would expect on some adult website. And I've gotten strikes in the past for, like, you know, ooh, here is an AirPod that is shaped weird, and if you really squint really hard, it might look like something sussy. And it's like, oh, that's naughty. But this other video that is just straight up a clip from an adult film, that's fine. That's wild. But it has gotten better, honestly. Like, YouTube back in, like, 2021, I think, was the worst. At least for me. Back then, it almost felt like, you know, you can't even acknowledge that, like, bad topics exist. It's, you know, even if you made a joke and be like, haha, he looks so high, he must have smoked weed. And it's like, oh, this video is endorsing drug abuse. And it's like, but now it's gotten better. Now YouTube is more chill. At least on my channel, which is nice. I think my content is also a little bit safer, but still, I think it's both. I love when you do memes on bingo. Oh yeah, those are fun to make. I love it. I love it. It's so good. Wasn't there a time you couldn't even say COVID in videos? Yeah, there was. Yeah. You got, like, automatically botted. I once got 2 strikes for, like, faulty COVID stuff. It was something in a video where it was like, oh yeah, this Karen screaming at nurses is stupid. And then the video got struck as, like, medical misinformation. It's so weird. So weird. I got the video back, but it was really scary. 2018 was when the apocalypse happened. Maybe? I don't quite remember. Wasn't it earlier? Maybe? I don't know, but it's a while ago now. Who does your animations? They're cool as fuck. Animation? You mean like editing, or do... Oh, do you mean like, do you mean the animations that pop up on screen, like during the stream? The one in the corner is made by Mine, and the one up in the left is made by... let's see if I remember the name. I think it's linked somewhere. But, the one that's walking in the corner is Mine that made. It's really cute. Some YouTube ads would be immediately taken down. Yeah, I know, right? That's so ironic. It's like, you get demonetized. We can't have advertisers on this video. The advertisers, like, literally, it's just like adult content. It's like, they would be offended for me saying frick, Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. 2018 was BC, before COVID. There's been multiple apocalypses lately. The last April ones were funny. Oh my god. Some channels still aren't promoted to their own subs, that is poo. A very small amount of views come from, like, sub notifications and stuff. Most of the views come from, like, regular viewers that actively get fed your videos on the recommended homepage because they've watched enough of your videos in the past. That's, like, where most of the YouTube views come from, to be honest. At least from me. I do appreciate the announcement because, yeah, the bells don't help. Yeah, the YouTube bells are weird. They don't really work. Not really. They never really worked for me. They're kind of bad. BC's not before COVID. I get weird ads all the time. It's legitimately bonkers. I always get, like, those weird mobile games. That always has, like, this super weird undertone of, like, some, like, you know... It's like some little cartoonish warrior dude, and then it's like a fucking cartoonish booby dommy mommy that's like stomping on them and be like, haha, now you're losing your levels. Huh? What? Can you say Asher at the start of your videos? Love your content and you've helped me so much. That is so sweet. I kind of stopped taking these requests in streams because the chat just gets spammed. But I'll consider it. Thank you so much, you beautiful bean. Mwah. I hope you have an amazing day. I get that one a lot. Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. Those ads are so weird. I can't believe they keep making them. Either it's like a money laundering scheme, or it must work somehow. That like enough kids download the games or something. I don't know. It's wild. I got an ad of dinosaurs literally doing the naughties. No! 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 I'll take the weird mobile games ad over the weird homophobic, transphobic, anti-abortion ads. Ah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, like weird mobile games are just like the frick and a bit gross. The other ones are like legit bad. I keep getting right-wing politician ads. Yeah. No, like YouTube ads are kind of wild. I'm kind of curious about the Dino Naughty ad was about. It sounds really wild out of context, doesn't it? Oh my god. I'm an ASMR artist, and a specific content that gets monetized on this app is boyfriend ASMR videos. They are basically adult content videos, and they get thousands of views and are monetized. Yeah. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild. Sometimes the stuff that YouTube lets slip through and like the monetized other stuff is so ambiguous. Did you see the Confidently A subreddit? I did! I actually joined it. It looks really fun. One time, I had an ad where a lady slapped another butt and then she got attacked by zombies. Oh, that's a classic, yeah. It's always like, you know, a couple sleeping in a bed, and then it's like, ah! And then just the roof falls down, there's a zombie apocalypse. It's so weird. It's so wild. It's so wild. Hey, Clicky, you smell dandy, fine, delicious. Mwah. Hawkeye, thank you so very much. You know just what to say to make me blush. Has anyone seen the AI photo filter ads? I've seen some of those kind of things. There's always like really weird ads about apps and stuff and filters that always are completely bonkers. Can you give some tips for beginner YouTubers? I would say do something that you enjoy doing. And if you want to like entertain people as well, find what you enjoy doing that has like a Venn diagram crossover with what is like consumable content, if that makes sense. That's a pretty good way to think about it. And don't be too eager to make it into a job. Everyone starts off with it as a hobby, and it doesn't necessarily have to be more than that. YouTube has its quirks as well, just like any other job. You'd have to think those ads are AI generated, because who would actually think about something that ridiculous? I mean, I think sometimes they do it on purpose. I literally had one of those crappy ads, like one of those zombie game ads that is complete garbage, suggested as an ad on Reddit. And the title of the ad was literally like, "This is for you boys over at r/bad mobile game ads." So they were like taunting the Reddit community, making fun of their ads with one of their shitty ads. So I wonder if some of it is just like banking on the fact that more people will talk about it if it's really bad, and that somehow gives them free marketing that is worth just having shit ads instead of just making a good ad. I don't know, it's wild. It's wild. Self-aware bad ads. Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes it worse, you know? Then it's like, oh god, they become aware. Yeah. They probably know. I think so too. I think it's like a strat. I think they're trying to bank on the fact that, yeah, rage bait, sort of. I think it's pretty similar to rage bait. You know when you see those rage bait videos of like some lady trying to claim everyone in the gym as a creep, for example, and you're like, yeah, they're definitely banking on the fact that half the people seeing this are gonna hate it, and half of them are gonna be simps, you know? I guess like a similar logic. If you just get the controversy, it's gonna get enough ice on it that some people will still subscribe to it, sort of. Which is, yeah, it's weird. I got that one on Reddit too. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. Yeah. Swole for the win? Yeah. I hate rage bait videos so much. It's so bad. And it's so common. It's so weird. It's so weird. And sometimes, you know, if a video is just like staged rage bait or some shit, it's like, whatever. It's like, that's kind of a troll. It doesn't do that much harm, whatever. But when you have like rage bait videos where people legit do bad things to people in public, you know, when you have, for example, people rage bait staging and trying to make other people out to be creeps, but in reality they did something really weird just before they started the camera, which is actually why people are looking, for example. Stuff like that. It's like, bruh. I had a video in my I recorded a main character video earlier today, and one of the clips is like a girl that's like wearing, you know, a snazzy outfit that's like a bit revealing, right? And she puts her phone in her back pocket, and with the camera outwards, and she's just like, let's see how many people are looking, haha. And then like the whole video goes on about zooming in on like reaction faces in public of people, you know, looking at her features, so to say, trying to out them as like sort of creeps. And then it turns out, I don't remember how they proved it, but they somehow proved that she was just using like blinking lights on her phone to make people look. So her phone was like, you know, bleep bleep blop 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 blop, while the camera was like placed by her buttocks, so it would look like people were like staring at her, but in reality they were just, why the hell is her phone blinking in her back pocket? What is going on? Is this an alarm? You know? So it's so stupid. Oh my god, it's so stupid. But yeah, that's where we're at with like TikTok content. It's good to be back when ads were please do not skip. Yeah, it's like, paid for this ad, please don't skip. Damien, thank you so much for being a lasso, you beautiful bean. This one is all for you. Mwah. Weird shite, I hate that reaction content. Yeah, it's like when they're farming reactions of people in public, but it's always staged. Or, you know, when people are just walking down the street trying to look cool, but then you know that there's like a guy behind them with a camera set up, which is why people are looking, or they're playing some loud music or something. It's like, yeah, of course people are gonna look. Like, why do you have googly eyes on your microphone? Why not? Quality. It's just sad, yet equally amazing, that it's much easier to tap into someone's primal anger and rage than their modern time sense of humanity. I think it's just instinctual, to be honest. I mean, you have like been developed through evolution to fix problems. Stuff that is good doesn't threaten you, so your mind doesn't give it as much attention, you know? Things that are deemed threats, or angry, or sad, or a crisis are much more likely to get attention, because that's the stuff that will kill you. At least instinctively, you know? In modern society, maybe that's a bit like your instincts aren't always in tune with how serious things are, but yeah, that's sort of how it goes. That's why rage bait works, that's why sad news articles get more clicks, that's why we all think the world is worse than it is. People be like, I'm not homophobic, but say the most out-of-pocket thing ever. Yeah, it's like, I'm not racist, but those minorities, it's like, it doesn't work. You can't just say not racist and the stuff you say afterwards isn't what the hell? God. Clicky, how often do you stream? Once a week, once every couple of weeks. It's not that strict of a schedule. I do it when I feel like it, kind of. Ads for period products feel like rage bait. I would never wear white clothes during that time. Well, maybe you do it on accident, you know, if you don't know it's coming, or like you're on the younger side and, you know, you're inexperienced with it or whatever. But yeah. No, they could probably be rage baity too, yeah. I hate rage bait because it can still spread horrible ideas of misogyny and homophobia. So it's, well, like, do we ignore it or not? Yeah, exactly. And sometimes it's bad not even for the rage baity part. You know, like I said, for example, with the example of the person doing the thing with the camera in the back pocket. It's like, that's a problem. I mean, we know it's rage bait. It's supposed to make people upset, and it's supposed to like paint people as creeps. But the problem, of course, isn't the rage bait itself. Is that you're trying to accuse people of being something on a false premise. You know, and that's pretty wild. And thank you, Phobia, for the $5. Sadly, the message is gone. I'm not sure what it said. Guys, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but says something racist. Is r/unpopular opinion. Click, do you know who is the character I am talking like what? Every time I hear someone go shush shush, I always have to stop myself from saying disclaimer. That is beautiful. Thank you so very much, you beautiful being. You should though. You definitely should. I hate the videos where they zoom in on people reacting on them doing weird shite, like, okay, but you're the one here doing dumb poo, so of course they're gonna look at you. Yeah. there was this wild video. I think I had it in a main character video a few weeks ago. And it's this girl who's like a worker or something in a grocery store. Or no, I think she's a customer. And then the other person in the video is a worker, and she drops something and she leans down to pick it up. And like the worker, you know, looks down and is like, oh, you know, that kind of thing. And she posts it goes viral. And the dude is framed as a creep. Because he's like, oh, why are you staring at this girl just like bending over to get something? But in reality, the dude is like gay. And the girl had a hole in her pants. So in reality, he's not a creep at all, even though he went viral on TikTok as one. He literally got sexually harassed at his workplace. Because someone decided to just like not wear pants and just flash him. And then post it on social media. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Can you imagine that? You just see your face on TikTok one day and be like, look at this creep. And it's like, that's the person who like just flashed me in the store for no good reason. Oh my god. Oh my god. She cut the hole in her pants too. Yeah, it was, it's pretty nasty. That's not okay, sue her. Yeah. I hope, he actually had a TikTok after that went viral as well, like a response. So, I hope that he got some retribution, but yeah, if that was me, I would just sue them. I wouldn't think about it twice. That's just grand for suing. I would take them for everything they're worth, not even kidding. That is so nasty. Like, not only the sexual harassment, but also like the slander campaign and trying to out them as a creep. Like, no. I'll see you in court. Fuck this shit. That is so bad. That is so bad. How do you succeed as a YouTuber? Click, you seem to have you have things handled. It was kind of accidental, to be honest. I think doing something like YouTube is always a combination of like trying something, practicing voiceover work, camera work, and also just being really lucky. Like how my channel like started gaining traction was just like a fluke, basically. I was like on the little Reddit train, I wasn't thinking much about it, and I started covering topics that for some reason got really popular on YouTube, and that's how the channel started as a job, really. So it was like right place at the right time, sort of. It's also harming women to be like purposefully causing yourself to appear harassed when a lot of women are actually being harassed in public and not taken seriously. Yeah, no, those kind of videos are awful for everyone. It's like, it's awful for the person being falsely accused while also being, you know, harassed. It's wild, it's like double bad. And then it also does immense harm to actual victims because less people will believe them because there's so much of this trash on TikTok and like hundreds of thousands, not millions of people see it. It's so bad. It's so bad. Can you imagine if the roles were reversed and some dude cut his pants straight to jail? Yeah, basically. That's so bad. Oh my god. Hey, Click, as a knight of the Order of Gay Cerberus Dog, I thought you might use this donation for your carbonated beverage fund. Hell yeah, Mia. Thank you so much for the 5, you beautiful being. Welcome in. Mwah. I hate when people falsely accuse someone. It makes it harder for actual survivors and victims. Yeah, I don't think they consider that, honestly. I've seen that happen a couple of times in my life, and the people who do those sort of things are typically not particularly empathetic, not to the people they accuse, and not to other people who will have it more difficult because of it. They just don't, they fall outside of that spectrum. They don't give a shit about others. It's wild. Do you have any other dreams after YouTube you would like to follow, or just going with the flow? I think right now I'm just going with the flow, honestly. I enjoy YouTube, but of course it's that sort of job where it's definitely a weirder kind of career than other stuff, you know? I don't see myself making meme read videos when I'm like 55, or maybe I will. Maybe that will be the case. That'll be really cool, but so it's weird in that way, you know? Hello, Click, by Click. Oh my god, you're leaving already? No. Have you seen TikTok videos of instant karma? Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's sad because then anti-feminists use these as examples to why Me Too isn't legit. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like, it has bad responses all over the place. It's just, ugh, I don't know. It's bad, fam. I must sign up for Click Academy when you retire. Oh my god, yeah. Maybe I'll just open a school and teach people about science and memes. It's gonna be good. Pretty outdated memes by then, but still memes, you know? It's gonna be amazing. Law student here, harassers hardly get jail, so sadly even a man wouldn't go straight to jail. Court wouldn't take it seriously even if they should. Yeah, that's my experience too. Like, the legal system doesn't take a lot of things seriously that it should. Like, that goes for harassment, it goes for stalking, it goes for a lot of things. It takes a lot to get the legal system to take something seriously. It's wild. You should become a teacher. I used to be a teacher. Not full-time, but I was a teacher part-time when I was working at uni. It was pretty cool. It was fun, but I don't think I would want to be a teacher full-time, honestly. I really enjoy it, but I think it's that sort of thing where my passion would burn out really fast from dealing with, like, crappy parents and, like, dysfunctional stuff and bad school systems, that kind of thing. So I think it's that sort of job where I really enjoy the core aspect of teaching and watching people grow and helping them, but the stuff around it I think would really kill the experience. You're the teacher of memes? Hell yeah. Need math homework streams? I actually did a math homework stream on Twitch back in the day. But of course it's tricky, because then I think some people come into those streams and ask questions they know aren't suitable just to show off how smart they look. I remember I was going through, like, basic derivative questions or something for people that had, like, high school tests. And someone comes in and be like, I'm doing a PhD dissertation on astrophysics about this, and does this look like the place? Like, if you're doing a PhD, you already have a higher degree than I do. Like, what am I supposed to do here? You know? It was like, there was some stuff like that, but it's like, you're obviously just coming in here to try to show off and be like, r/I'm very smart. Like, this is, come on, not the time and place. I'll be heading out. I spend quite a bit of money during this stream. Why not spend more? Love you all, enjoy my gifts. Free wings, you've been way too generous. Thank you so very much, you beautiful bean. I hope an amazing rest of your day. My mom is a teacher, the parents are the absolute worst. Don't recommend. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think I'm very passionate about being a teacher, like the actual thing, but I think the stuff around it would really kill my passion. Like shitty parents, dysfunctional stuff, school systems, paperwork, etc. That would really just, nah. I've heard so many people flex about education, like no one cares. And Free Wings, thank you for gifting a sub. Mwah. Do you have any top tips for people that need to learn physics? I kind of hate physics, and maybe a few tips about studying would be cool. Figure out what sort of learner you are. In general, that goes for most subjects. You can Google it. I don't remember what the archetypes are called, but there are a few different ways of learning. It's like the one, some people learn really well by listening. Some people learn really well by doing, for example. So I was struggling with a couple of physics-adjacent courses back in uni, like solid mechanics and that sort of stuff. And I remember how I passed it was that I didn't really learn it very well from just listening and going to lectures. So what I did is that I just printed a crap load of old exams, and I just started working on a question until I got stuck, checked the answer, and like, okay, this is how you proceed. Keep going, get stuck, check the answer, okay, this is how you keep going, and then I finish it. Okay, do it again. Okay, this time I only had to check the answer sheet once, and then I got through it. Okay, do it again. Okay, this time I got through it all on my own. Nice. Okay, let's do another problem like this that's similar, but, you know, a bit different. So same, like, formula, same logic, etc., same scenario, but different aspects to it, right? So, like, do that, and once I get through those consistently, then I have learned how it works, and that's how I learned it, basically. So figure out what sort of learner you are. I was very much a learner by doing. And once I figured that out, I passed tests way more consistently. James, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. That's way too generous. This one is all for you. Mwah. Thank you so much. I mostly learn by visual, but I am quite adaptable if I have some kind of a pre-knowledge of the larger field. Yeah, that's the same thing for me. If I know a decent chunk of the field, I can just listen to someone or someone drawing a picture or a diagram and I understand it perfectly fine. If it's a very new subject, I really need to learn by doing. I need to, like, sit down with a problem, like, grind through it. Hey, Click, do you have a moment to where you regret YouTube? Or just moments to where it's just kind of weird? Like moments with YouTube I regret, or regret YouTube as a job? I mean, not really. I think most mistakes I've made so far with what I do is pretty, like... How should I put this? You don't do everything perfect, because there isn't a manual for it, and sometimes you're gonna mess up. But you also fix it, and you learn something from it. So, I think you're gonna bump into problems sooner or later when you do it, you know? So, in that way, I don't really regret it, if that makes sense. It's difficult to regret it, because I'm not sure how I would have avoided it, if that makes sense. So, I think it's that kind of aspect. Like, most mistakes in my life, I don't necessarily regret if I think that I fixed it as well as I could, and it didn't cause any, like, major damage to anyone, you know? So if Click Academy doesn't work out, you'll be my therapist. Biggest regret in life? Oh my god, that's an intense question. I don't think I have any big regrets right now, honestly. Nothing like that. What I have regretted in the past, but that's like kind of old things. It's not something that's particularly relevant now. But I usually regretted things I didn't do more than things I regretted. You know? So if you feel like you let life pass by, because then you don't know what could have been. But making like one mistake and realizing, oh, this was a bad idea, and then backtracking on it and fixing it, that's not usually a super big thing, depending on what it is, of course, but for the most part it's not. But not doing things, you can very easily regret. Honorary therapist. I have genuinely learned math from you, which is like insane. That I've learned more math from you than from my grade 10 math teacher. I think one of the things I learned about math is that I don't think I'm a particularly amazing teacher. I just think I struggled with math when I was younger, so I just explain it in a way I wish that someone explained it to me when I was young. And I think that's why it works. Speaking of which, I feel like my voice is getting a little bit worn out and is getting a little bit late, so I am gonna start rounding off the stream. But thank you all so very much for showing up here today. This was an amazing vibe, and I do hope that you enjoyed yourself. And I hope to see you in the very near future, in the next stream or the next video perhaps, and have an amazing rest of your day. Take care. Mwah.